This is Romeo 6-4 to all elements. Irene, Irene, Irene. With the launch code issued, the Earth rumbles as the armada of helicopters lift off the ground and head out. Somali spotters near the airport radio ahead to warn that the Americans are on their way. As they fly out over the airport perimeter towards the ocean, a convoy of 9 Humvees and 3 5-ton trucks leave the base and head towards the city. It's 3:35 p.m. The raiding force should be in and out in 30 minutes. Somalia is in civil war, with multiple parties and clans violently competing for power. UN troops have been deployed to the country to maintain peace and ensure the distribution of food supplies to the people. The UN brings about a settlement between the factions to lay down their arms and move towards national unity and democracy. One faction, the Somali National Alliance, or SNA, despite signing the agreement, ignores it and attacks UN troops in the area in June 1993. The US deploys Task Force Ranger to Mogadishu Airport, a special forces group made up of Rangers, SEALs, the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, and a company from the 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, also known as Delta Force. Task Force Ranger, or TFR, are here to find and kill or capture the leader of the SNA, General Mohammed Farah Aidid. The SNA is predominantly made up of Aidid's own clan, a former family tribal structure, the Harba Gadir, and it is hoped that toppling Aidid will halt the violence. Task Force Ranger launches raids into Mogadishu to capture Aidid, but have so far been unsuccessful. In July 1993, American Cobra attack helicopters launched rockets and cannon fire into a building they believe to be hosting a meeting between Aidid and his war council. Aidid isn't present, and an American war correspondent reports that the meeting was actually between Somali elders discussing routes to peace. With 200 casualties inside the building, the SNA sees the opportunity to promote anti-American sentiment and propaganda in the city. Fury at the Americans' presence builds in Mogadishu, and 4 Western journalists covering the story are killed by an angry mob. On the 3rd of October 1993, Task Force Ranger receives a tip-off of the location of an SNA meeting in the city, with Aidid's foreign minister, Omar Salad El-Meem, and his top political advisor, Mohammed Hassan Awali, in attendance. With just 2 hours' notice, TFR prepares and launches a raid to snatch them both, hoping this will bring them closer to Aidid himself. The plan is for AH-6 Littlebirds to land the Delta Force teams on the street outside the target building containing El-Meem and Awali, and they will storm the building. Meanwhile, 4 Ranger Chorts, squads of 15 men, will pass ropes down from hovering Blackhawks to each corner of the block surrounding the target building and establish a perimeter. Once the prisoners are secured, the Humvee and truck convoy led by Lieutenant Colonel Danny McKnight will roll in front of the target building, load the entire raiding force and prisoners on board, and exfil back to base before Aidid's militia can mobilize against them. All the while, the Blackhawks and Littlebirds will circle around to provide air cover. A command and control Blackhawk directs the forces, and a combat search and rescue helicopter is ready to react to any problems should they arise. For more substantial problems, the 10th Mountain Division are on standby, as a quick reaction force at their base in the west of the city. The peacekeeping UN Pakistani and Malaysian troops and armour are not on standby, but occupy the new port area of the city in the south. The whole plan should take 30 minutes to complete. With an EP-3 Orion and an OH-58 Kiowa circling overhead providing a live video feed to Overall Commander General Garrison, the helicopters scream in towards the target building in the area of the Olympic Hotel to begin the assault. Tires are burning around the city. With US forces jamming radio signals, the tire burning is a signal to the SNA militia throughout the city that the Americans are coming. AH-6 Littlebirds, armed with miniguns and rocket pods, lead the way up Holwodig Road to spot any armed Somalis, and with the coast clear, the MH-6s throw up a dust storm as they land with precision in front of the target building. Delta Force operators, nicknamed D-Boys, hop off the benches and move into the target building. The time is 3:42 p.m. The 4 Ranger Chalks begin fast roping down from hovering Blackhawks to the street 60 feet below. The Chalks form L-shaped defensive positions on each corner of the block, except for Chalk 4, who have accidentally been dropped a block further away. This is the first time out as the leader of Chalk 4, the Staff Sergeant Matt Eversman, and in his Chalk, the first ever combat mission for 18-year-old Private Todd Blackburn, fresh in from high school and boot camp, but having not yet been to Ranger School. For whatever reason, likely excitement and adrenaline, Blackburn completely misses the rope as he exits the aircraft, and falls 60 feet to the ground. Medics run to attend to him. The raid is taking place close to the Bakara Market, an Aidid-controlled area of the city with a high concentration of SNA militia. With a pre-warning that the raid was coming, hundreds of militia are organised, armed and waiting. Fire begins to erupt on the Rangers from all directions. SNA runners move out across the city to mobilise militia further afield, who begin to arm themselves, mount up on trucks, and head in the direction of the helicopters circling above the city. However, as the SNA are only using runners on foot, 30 minutes should be plenty of time for the raiding force to exfil from the area before the city swarms in. Medics stabilise Blackburn, but with the fire raining down on them, a helicopter evacuation is out of the question. They'll have to wait for the convoy. Rocket-propelled grenades, RPGs, are now being fired at the defending Rangers. A crowd of unarmed locals are also forming around the raid site. The situation is manageable, but the strength of the resistance is much higher than expected. While the Delta operators move through the target building, the Humvee convoy arrives on the street outside and waits for them to complete their work. Eversman orders 5 men in his Chalk to move Blackburn over to the waiting vehicles. Chalk 2's M60 machine gunner, Sean Nelson, can see a larger crowd, numbering in the thousands, forming further down the street he's monitoring. He spots an armed group following a man, confidently riding a cow out into the street in front of him, wielding an AK. He opens fire on the man, and the rest of the group scatter. Just at that moment, a Blackhawk sweeps overhead and looses blistering fire on the street below with its minigun. The group and the cow don't last long. Another group of 15 Somalis approach, some are armed and using the unarmed amongst them as human shields. He first tries to aim just at the militia, but with Nelson and the rest of Chalk 2 taking fire from the group, he weighs the decision and decides he has no choice but to open fire on all of them. The group scatters, leaving armed and unarmed dead. Seeing this, a larger group of militia and unarmed locals charge at Chalk 2. This time, without time to think about it, the Chalk returns fire. At that moment, a Littlebird marauds down the street above their heads and inflicts a devastating minigun run on the crowd. The display of awesome firepower disperses any survivors. All 4 Chalks are now being forced into the tough decision to open fire on militia who are using unarmed people as human shields. From the perspective of the locals who are just arriving at the scene, they see the Americans indiscriminately firing on civilians, and the fury of the citizens grows further. The hornet's nest has been stirred. Lieutenant Colonel McKnight sends 3 Humvees to carry critically injured Blackburn back to base immediately. The journey should only take 5 minutes, but they've driven into the storm. They turn onto National Street to find militia on both sides firing into them, with stray rounds into each other as they drive through. Paulson, manning the 50 caliber machine gun on the lead Humvee, fires right, and Pillar in the second fires left. In the furious torrent of fire, Pillar is killed instantly by a round to the forehead. In that moment, fighting for their lives, and with RPGs now flying down the street at them, a call comes over the radio from Sergeant Gallagher, a platoon sergeant with the main force at the target building. How are you guys doing? Taking heavy fire. Stryker shouts, I don't want to talk about it. Unsatisfied, Gallagher calls again. Have you got any casualties? Yeah, 1. Stryker replies, deliberately short. Who is he and what's his status? It's Pillar. And what's his status? He's dead. The busy radio network falls to silence. The first, but not the last TFR trooper has lost his life. Sustaining further injuries, Stryker's Humvees continue to fight their way back to the airport. The Delta boys have apprehended the 2 targets, and a further 22 SNA prisoners, and are loading them into the trucks. It's now nearly 40 minutes after the first boot's landed. The process of clearing the building and processing the prisoners is taking longer than expected. There is also confusion with the Delta team waiting for the comms from the convoy to leave the building, and the convoy waiting for the Delta team to let them know that they've apprehended prisoners. Every minute, the mob grows stronger, but the Rangers and circling helicopters are so far keeping them at bay. Chalk 4 Rangers Galentine and Berenson take non-critical hits, with Galentine losing a finger. Chief Warrant Officers Cliff Elvis Walcott and Donovan Bull Riley, pilots of Super 6-1, continue to maneuver their helicopter at low level above the action, their crew chiefs discharging thousands of rounds from their miniguns at the militia below, and 4 Delta snipers picking off the enemy through the open doors. On the first day of the ground war of Desert Storm, Walcott had been one of the pilots to fly special forces deep into Iraq to recon Saddam's forces. He is a legend in the special operations community. During a turn to port, starboard gunner Staff Sergeant Warren spots a militiaman with an RPG below him. "Hey, I've got a guy with an RPG. He's at 5 o'clock, moving to 6 o'clock. Sergeant Randy, the portside gunner, can't spot the man as the helicopter continues to turn. Is he by a building or something you can describe? Before Warren can respond, the RPG round flashes skyward and hits the tail of Super 6-1. The Black Hawk enters an uncontrollable spin. The Rangers of Chalk 2 hear the impact and watch in horror as one of their own helicopters spins erratically around the sky, smoke trailing from its tail. The radio net erupts in panicked calls. "We got a Black Hawk going down. We got a Black Hawk going down." Delta operator Sergeant Smith isn't wearing his seatbelt and desperately holds onto a crew seat, the spin pulling his legs outside the door of the aircraft as it descends. He took an RPG. 6-1 is going down. In the cockpit, Walcott coolly and in a banterous fashion asks his co-pilot, "Hey Bull, you gonna pull the PCLs offline or what?" A procedure to attempt to control the spin. It's no use, and still maintaining his composure, Walcott makes one last radio transmission. 6-1 going down. The Black Hawk clips a roof and plows into the street below, rolling over onto its side in a ball of dust and debris. Both pilots are killed instantly. It is later deemed likely that Walcott deliberately pitched the helicopter's nose down at the last second, ensuring that the pilots absorb the impact, saving the lives of the crew in the back. The command and control bird above orders all available nearby Rangers to push to the crash site. Chalk 2 is nearest, so 8 of the 15 Rangers in that chalk move out on foot into the city. The convoy is ordered to prepare to move to the crash site immediately. A message is sent to the quick reaction force of the 10th Mountain Division to mobilize for the massive fight that is about to take place. Aidid is not to be underestimated. He was educated in Rome before postgraduate study in military science at the Frunze Military Academy in the Soviet Union. He has carefully studied the Soviet campaign in Afghanistan in the 1980s and found that guerrilla forces were successful in bringing down Soviet attack helicopters with shoulder-launched RPGs. His battle plan with the Americans is to draw them deep into his territory in the city, and then swarm the area with RPGs, bring down a helicopter, and then collapse the city around the troops on the ground, overrunning them in the chaos. Super 6-1's shootdown is no accident. Of the surviving 2 crew and 4 Delta operators, only 2 are not seriously injured. Having just survived a brutal helicopter crash, Sergeants Bush and Smith emerge and defend themselves and the rest of the survivors from the now arriving locals. Little Bird Star 4-1 is the first help to arrive at the crash scene. They land near the alley and are immediately charged at by Somalis. The 2 pilots, Warrant Officers Jones and Meyer, defend themselves from the cockpit with pistol fire. Jones hops out and moves to the wreckage just as Lieutenant Di Tommaso arrives with the 7 other members of Chalk 2 to form a defensive perimeter. They find that Bush has been killed defending the survivors. They move his body into the Little Bird, and Sergeant Smith also hops on board. Super 6-1 pilots Walcott and Briley are dead, and the rest of the survivors require medical attention before they can be evacuated. Little Bird Star 4-1 lifts off and heads back to base. The Humvee convoy rolls up to Sergeant Eversman's Chalk 4, and under heavy fire they get in. People now line the streets, roofs, and windows, firing down into them. They turn right towards the crash site, but, disoriented, the lead Humvee then turns south, now heading away from the crash site. Ranger Commander Captain Steele orders the remaining Chalks and Delta operators to move on foot towards the crash. They encounter heavy resistance. Delta Sergeant Fillmore is killed en route. With one less Black Hawk in the low orbit role covering troops on the ground, the Command and Control Bird radios Chief Warrant Officer Mike Durant in Super 6-4, loitering to the north of the city. Super 6-4, this is Alpha 5-1. Come up and join Super 6-2 in his orbit. 6-4 is inbound. Durant heads south towards the city. The Combat Search and Rescue Black Hawk Super 6-8 arrives at the crash site, and the team of Rangers and D-Boys begin to fast rope down to the street below. With men still on the rope, the helicopter is hit by an RPG. In a display of superb airmanship, pilots Dan Galotta and Herb Rodriguez hold the helicopter steady while the men complete their fast rope. They ascend from the area and successfully manage to put their stricken aircraft down at the friendly Newport area in the south. Under heavy fire, the CSAR team moves the 2 remaining wounded crew chiefs to a nearby shelter. They then move to strengthen the perimeter set up by Chalk 2 at the intersection just west of the crash. The convoy is lost. Under heavy fire, they can't afford to slow down, but it's taking time to relay directions to the crash site from the aircraft above McKnight. The locals are now building makeshift roadblocks throughout the area, using tables, chairs, and general debris. Fearing bombs planted inside the roadblocks, the Humvees can't simply drive through them. They make several wrong turns and loop around the area of the target building. 10 minutes after Walcott Super 6-1 went down, Durant Super 6-4 is on station over the rooftops providing minigun fire support for the Humvees below. At 4:40 PM, Durant's Black Hawk takes an RPG hit to the tail section. He pulls the aircraft out of the orbit and points southwest towards the airport. It's leaking oil, but the controls are still responding, and he believes they can make it back. All of a sudden, the tail rotor gearbox and most of the tail itself completely disintegrates. The Black Hawk enters a violent spin. He radios, Super 6-4 going in hard, or going down. Just before hitting with the ground, the pilots manage to level off the chopper, and as it impacts with the earth, the helicopter lands flat on its belly. This is crucial, and as a result, the crew survive. Black Hawk Super 6-2 circles the crash site, and immediately spots a mob of people moving towards it from all directions. They can see the convoy still driving around lost in the city. To the west, Struker's 3 Humvees that had earlier evacuated Private Blackburn back to the airport have now rearmed, and with a volunteer force of cooks, clerks, and injured rangers, are attempting to fight their way back into the city, but are pinned down. Delta snipers Sergeants Randy Shugart and Gary Gordon, on board Super 6-2, can see for themselves that Super 6-4 will shortly be overrun, and that both convoys are nowhere near. They volunteer to deploy on the ground to defend the crash site. At first, Harrell and Matthews in the Command and Control Bird reject the request, but after discussion, they agree that they have no choice, and if anyone can hold off the mob, Delta Force operators, the elite of the US military, might be the only chance to save the crew of Super 6-4. Shugart and Gordon are inserted on the ground nearby, and make their way to the crash site. They find that all 4 crewmen have survived the crash. The Delta operators carefully move Durant to a tree next to a shack on the right side of the downed helicopter. His back and leg are broken. They hand him his MP5K submachine gun, before moving to the other side of the Black Hawk to face the incoming mob. To his left is an alleyway. Durant covers their backs by firing on any Somali that emerges. Super 6-2, the helicopter that had dropped Shugart and Gordon on the second crash site, is now circling overhead, opening fire on the armed crowd bearing down on the crash site. The RPG fire up at them is intense, and nearby helicopters warn Super 6-2 of how close the explosions are getting. With snipers on nearby Little Birds also firing down on the crowd, the mob is being kept at bay. But it doesn't last. On the ground, Durant hears Gary Gordon cry out in pain from the other side of the helicopter. After a few seconds, Shugart brings Gordon's weapon to Durant, loaded and ready to fire. Above them, Super 6-2's pilot, Mike Gafina, sees Gordon has been killed and radios a desperate plea. This is Super 6-2. Ground element crash site number 2 has no security right now. They have one guy on the ground. Are there any nearby ground forces moving to crash site 2 at this time? Negative, not at this time. RPGs continue to flash up towards Super 6-2, and finally, one connects on the starboard side of the aircraft. His co-pilot and one of the Delta snipers in the back are heavily wounded in the blast. Gafina has almost no control over the aircraft and somehow manages to crash land it in the Newport area to the south. The miniguns of Super 6-2 are no longer raining lead from above, and after an hour of desperate fighting, Shugart runs out of ammunition. The mob finally overruns Super 6-4. 3 of the 4 crewmen and snipers Gordon and Shugart are all killed. The angry locals are in the process of beating Durant to death when his life is spared by an SNA member who decides to take him to ID'd as a prisoner. Shugart and Gordon would later be awarded posthumous medals of honor. The convoy is taking a hammering in the city, with 50% of the troops inside the vehicles now having suffered gunshots. All shrapnel wounds. Struker's Humvees are unable to fight their way back in. 2 Black Hawks have been shot down, another 2 have been damaged by RPG hits, and most of the others are riddled with bullet holes. Chalks 1, 2, and 3 are taking casualties on foot fighting 2 and defending Crash Site 1. The mission launched at 3:35 PM and was supposed to take 30 minutes. The fight will continue throughout the night, and the troops on the ground are running out of water and ammunition and didn't bring night vision equipment. The situation is bleak. But the 10th Mountain Division is mobilizing. If the Rangers and Delta operators on the ground can hold out into the night, 100 Malaysian and Pakistani tanks and armored vehicles with US Humvees can launch a large-scale armored assault into the city. The time is now 5:40 PM. The rescue convoy won't move out until 11:30 PM. They're in the fight of their lives. This video is sponsored by Conflict of Nations, a free online player versus player. Choose your country and start fighting your way to victory. Romeo 6-4, this is Uniform 6-4. We've got a lot of vehicles that will be almost impossible to move. Quite a few casualties. Getting to the crash site will be awful tough. Pinned down. Uniform 6-4, this is Romeo 6-4. Danny, I really need you to get to that crash site. This is Uniform 6-4. I have numerous casualties. Vehicles that are halfway running. Gotta get these casualties out of here ASAP. The convoy, lost in the city and sustaining heavy casualties, heads back to the airport, with Sergeant Ebersman and most of Chalk 4 aboard. The Quick Reaction Force of 12 Humvees has tried to fight its way back into the city, but is ambushed en route and also returns to the airport. The Rangers and Delta operators besieged at the first crash site will have to fight on into the night. The Delta and Rangers have become mixed together during their fight to the first crash site. Ranger Sergeants Williamson and Goodell, Lieutenant Lechner, and Privates Nethery and Erico have been hit en route, and Delta Sergeant Fillmore has been killed with a shot to the head. Throughout the fight to the crash site, the more experienced Delta boys offer reassurance and guidance to the younger, inexperienced Rangers, but those who witness Fillmore's death are shaken. In the eyes of the younger of the Rangers, the Delta Force guys are supermen. They aren't supposed to get killed. We must be in trouble. The rescue teams are frantically trying to remove the wounded and bodies of the remaining crew of downed Super 6-1, but the crash has crumpled the aircraft around them, and it will take many hours to cut them free. They first stabilize semi-conscious left side gunner Dowdy, believing that the convoy will be here shortly to evacuate him. A hail of fire punches holes through the aircraft's thin skin, and medics Mabry and Wilkinson both take hits to the hands. Despite this, and not wanting to move Dowdy from the aircraft under fire through the topside, they dig a tunnel out from under the aircraft, dragging Dowdy to a nearby building. The Rangers and Delta teams arrive at Marahan Road, a southerly road going uphill away from the crash, and occupy buildings on its eastern side. The fighting is already desperate and close quarters, and the force takes more casualties. Ideally, the teams would move into a coherent perimeter around the crash, but Lieutenant Perino has no choice but to radio Ranger leader Captain Steele to inform him that his Chalk is combat ineffective at their current location, with more wounded than can be carried. Captain Steele's group, further up the street, are also now rendered combat ineffective by the number of wounded. Steele sends a detachment across the street to improve their defensive perimeter. All teams will have to defend their positions until help arrives. At present, the men on the ground have no idea when that could be. Ranger Corporal Smith is hit on the street and is dragged into a courtyard nearby. Trying to stem Smith's blood loss, Delta Medic Sergeant Smith tries desperately to save the 21-year-old's life. He requests an immediate helicopter evacuation, or the young man won't make it. Marahan Road is still too hot to land a helicopter, so the request is rejected. Lieutenant Perino watches on helplessly as Corporal Smith slips away. As day turns to dusk at 7:30 PM, the 30-minute mission heads into its 4th hour, and the besieged Rangers and D-boys are beginning to run short of ammunition, water, and medical supplies. The helicopters of the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment have been taking fire all day trying to hold the enemy back. 2 aircraft have been shot down, 2 more have crash-landed at the safe Newport area, and most of the others have taken small arms fire. General Garrison has no choice but to order Black Hawk Super 6-6, piloted by Chief Warrant Officers Wood and Fuller, to conduct a dangerous resupply mission. They approach the area and come to hover 1 block south of the crash site. With a large concentration of SNA militia below, attacking the US troops on the ground, a ferocious hail of fire begins to hit the helicopter. Bullet holes are being punched into the airframe around them as the crewmen frantically push supply packages overboard to the street below. Super 6-6 hovers there for 30 very long seconds. Delta Force Sergeant Jagadi, who had earlier jumped straight off of the returning Lost Humvee convoy and straight into the Black Hawk to head back in to help his friends, takes a non-fatal hit to the face. Rounds tear into the engine and gearbox, but the Black Hawk holds its hover until all of the supplies have been shoved out of the door. Miraculously, Super 6-6 completes its resupply, and Wood and Fuller climb the helicopter out of the danger, nursing it back to the airport. The supplies are distributed amongst the teams, but Steele's group are too isolated and don't receive any new ammunition. The AH-6 Littlebird attack helicopters now arrive to perform rocket and minigun runs against the Somalis surrounding the US ground forces. The SNA militia are now arriving with heavier truck-mounted machine guns and recoilless rifles. With isolated US groups not able to form a coherent single perimeter, the risk of friendly fire is high. With the help of infrared strobes thrown by the troops on the ground at the enemy positions, the Littlebirds rotate in to put down frequent fearsome gun runs on the SNA militia. As the night goes on, the Somali fire becomes less consistent, but a constant stream of reinforcements from across the city continues to arrive to fight. Back at headquarters, General Garrison, realizing that the QRF Humvees won't be enough to rescue his troops, has called on the UN peacekeeping force of Pakistanis and Malaysians at the Newport area in the south of the city for aid. Not a quick reaction force, and having not been given warning of the raid, it is taking a few hours for the rescue column, armed with 4 M48 tanks and 32 Condor armored personnel carriers, to mobilize for the rescue mission into the city. 10th Mountain QRF and Task Force Ranger Humvees arrive at the Newport zone at around 10 PM, and so begins a frustrating 90 minutes of planning and organization. The rescue force finally departs the Newport area at 11:23 PM and heads north into the city. American 10th Mountain Division troops, TFR, and Malaysian troops have transferred onto the Malaysian APCs, crewed with Malaysian drivers and gunners. US 10th Mountain troops had initially expressed concern about the competence of their Malaysian counterparts, and that they should just hand over their armored personnel carriers to the Americans. But given the day's events, voicing this to them may not have been particularly well received, and no such concerns were raised. The Pakistani tanks lead the column of 70 vehicles to National Street, where the Malaysian Condors will then spearhead the force into the city. The majority of the convoy will hold between the two crash sites, and elements will move to both sites to carry out the rescues. For the most part, only the officers speak English, so organising the route, radio comms, and rules of engagement has taken time. 10th Mountain AH-1 Cobras are now arriving on station to provide a much-needed relief for the Littlebirds providing relentless air support to the ground forces. Maneuvering the armoured vehicles through the thin streets and alleyways isn't a good idea, so the convoy remains on the major roads as it navigates into the city. Their journey in is slowed by heavy fighting. While the APCs have some armour, the Humvees don't. RPDs flash towards them, and a rocket bounces off the hood of one Humvee. One of the transport trucks takes a disabling RPG hit, and the men on board scramble into nearby vehicles. Malaysian gunners pound nearby buildings with cannon fire to cover their movements. Despite the use of armour, the battle in is tough and slow for the 2-mile-long convoy. A Malaysian soldier is killed when an RPG hits the lead Condor. 7 more Malaysians and 2 Pakistanis are wounded during the fight into the city. The RPG hits and casualties cause further delay to the convoy. The Rangers and Delta besieged at Crash Site 1 continually radio in to the C2 bird, asking when the convoy will arrive. 40 minutes, they say, then 30 minutes later, another 40 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, then simply soon. The men on the ground have no choice but to laugh at the erratic time estimates. With a healthy dose of eye-rolling, any minute now becomes the standard response when the question is asked. The convoy arrives at its central assembly point on National Street and halts amid a continuing firefight. The vehicles of the leading half of the convoy take a right turn up Hordick Road and approach a roadblock just south of the target building that Rangers and Delta Force had landed on 9 hours earlier. Again fearing bombs and mines planted inside the roadblock, the Condors can't simply drive through. 10th Mountain troops dismount from the lead vehicles, some progressing on foot towards the first crash site, others dismantling the roadblock by hand. The convoy and dismounted soldiers fight block by block through the city, in a constant battle with the SNA militia. 23-year-old 10th Mountain Private James Martin is killed as he moves through the city on foot. To the south, rescue forces arrive at Mike Durant's crash site 2, but the crew are nowhere to be found. The Somali mob has carried the bodies of the dead crew members away, and Durant himself is under the captivity of ID'd. The ground forces secure sensitive material on board and prepare explosive charges to destroy the helicopter. With the roadblock clear, the convoy rolls eastward with dismounted troops alongside on the street. The C2 bird above calls the next left turn to the crash site. Ranger Captain Steele hears the approaching vehicles. In the darkness, he shouts, "Rangers, Rangers!" He cautiously peers out into the street. "This is Captain Steele, I'm the Ranger Commander." "Roger, sir, we're from the 10th Mountain Division." 10.5 hours after the first TFR boots landed in downtown Mogadishu, their rescue column has arrived. The Humvees and Condors reinforce the Ranger perimeter and quickly get to work helping to free Walcott's body from the downed chopper. The cockpit is lined with bulletproof Kevlar, so attempts to saw through to cut him free are fruitless. Using chains attached to the front and rear of the aircraft, the Humvees attempt to physically pull the airframe apart. The efforts take several hours, and sunrise approaches. The Americans and Malaysians continue to hold off the city, with RPG rounds and vehicle-mounted heavy machine guns still battering them from all around. Wounded Sergeant Goodell in one of the Condors loses his cool and screams at the Malaysian drivers to get them out of here. "No, we say," comes the response in broken English, and the rescue force holds the line. An RPG ricochets off another Condor, and again the driver calms and reassures his American counterparts. With the sun rising, and after countless hours of effort under fire, the crew of Super 6-1 is rescued from the downed Black Hawk. At 5:45 AM, the cover of darkness no longer offers its protective blanket, and the vehicles finally begin to roll south to rejoin the others, holding on National Street and Hordick Road. There's a big problem, however. With the vehicles carrying dead and wounded on stretchers, there isn't enough room for all of the Rangers and Delta operators. They have no choice but to run the mile south to National Street on foot. The Humvees and Condors don't drive slowly enough for the men on the ground to use them as cover, and they find themselves alone. After now 14 hours of fighting, Captain Steele leads 9 Rangers, all of the Delta Force operators, and the combat search and rescue team through the streets of Mogadishu. They put down covering fire as they dart across each intersection. In daylight, there's no point in being slow and cautious. It's a miracle that only one man takes a hit to the shoulder, but continues anyway. A loud explosion sends Ranger Medic Specialist Strauss flying into a nearby bush. Sergeant Watson grabs Private Floyd and asks, "Where the hell is Strauss?" "He blew up, Sergeant." "He blew up? What the hell do you mean he blew up?" "He blew up." At that moment, Strauss picks himself up out of the bush, pointing to the burned hole in his vest where the flashbang grenade that had taken a round had been. They continue together. Finally, the exhausted men spot the column of APCs and Humvees waiting for them. Each now running on nothing but adrenaline, they collapse into the vehicles. The lone dash by the Rangers and D-Boys back to the convoy would become known as the Mogadishu Mile. With Pakistani tank support and with Pakistani troops dismounting to clear roadblocks, the convoy finally rolls out towards the Pakistani military health stadium northeast of them at 6:20 AM. In the disastrous Battle of Mogadishu, 1 Malaysian, 1 Pakistani and 19 Americans have been killed or will die in hospital of their wounds, with a further 82 UN troops wounded and 2 helicopters shot down. What should have been a 160-man, 30-minute mission to snatch 2 of ID's top ministers becomes a 15-hour nightmare, requiring a rescue force of 3,000 UN troops with tanks and armor personnel carriers. Estimates for Somalis killed vary between 315 and 2,000 killed, including many civilians. Despite this, the engagement is an undoubted strategic victory for the underestimated SNA leader, Mohammed Farah Aidid. His strategy to shoot down a helicopter and then collapse the city around the rescue effort has been successfully executed, and will eventually result in US withdrawal from Somalia. While the political and military fallout would rage for the next months, there can be no doubt in the bravery shown by both sides in the battle. 2 days later, amid public outcry over the event, President Bill Clinton orders a cessation of all operations against ID'd and appoints a new special envoy to Somalia to broker a peace settlement, announcing US troops would leave the country no later than March 1994. US Secretary of Defense Les Aspin steps down, taking the blame for refusing requests for armored support to the mission in Somalia. General Garrison also takes full responsibility, effectively ending his military career. After 11 days in captivity, Durant is released, and the bodies of the remaining crew of Super 6-4 returned in poor condition. 5 years later, on the 2nd of August 1996, Mohammed Farah Aidid dies of a heart attack following a gunshot wound in a battle with a rival faction. The tragic civil war in Somalia continues today. Thanks again to our sponsor, Conflict of Nations, for supporting this video. Don't forget to support the operation.
Whoa!
Hi everyone, welcome to today's video where we get to react to some of the best memes about Donald Trump and Joe Sleepy Biden. And we're gonna hold up this image now so we don't get in trouble. It's all jokes, okay? We don't have any bias whatsoever, right?
One of us. One of us. One. 3 baby mamas, multiple mugshots, 34 felonies, got shot. The first black president is Donald Trump.
He has 3 baby mamas.
Yeah, I believe it. I know he has 2. I never heard of
Swedish one was Ivanka or whatever her name is.
Ivanka is his daughter. I thought you thought he married his daughter.
No, well, you said that on the show where he said if he was younger he would date his daughter.
That was weird. Yeah, I know that one. His first wife was Ivana Trump, second wife was Marilyn Maples, and then the third one is Melania.
Ah, I never heard of Marla Maple. She went under the radar.
Yeah.
She still?
No, she seems kind of chill.
Yeah, keep her head down low.
No interest in information here, and thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video, our channel, and you, people at home.
Today, I'm thrilled to
We hope you enjoy. But there it is. There's Trump, the first black president. Congratulations, son, Sodaverse.
I hate this image. Creeps me. It looks like a Joker.
The grill with the chain. This image is something else for sure.
It creeps me out.
Yeah, Brian's crossing the street anyway, is what he's saying. Brian's crossing the street. This is going to be one meme video Brian just fucking hates.
Hate the side of him.
Let's have a bit of fun, Brian. Loosen up.
Go ahead, hate on me. Can't stop DJ Cheek, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
So
Go ahead, hate on me. Can't stop DJ Cheek, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me. Enter the game as an outsider. Hit it by both sides, even have my house wire. I'm a felon,
This is great.
promise, and I really do it. That's why people keep surprised by the United States and other hostages held by evil forces. This is war like a decade, wins and losses. In politics, cause the wrong powers being cautious. The time I phone shooting presidents like Mark Forces. Fathers, they won't come alive like bed sheets, denying a laptop. Well, I got there for me tweets. In 30 years, I've been calling this is 95. They take it all if you let them, only just won't survive. They try to take me out, realize, and now I hear it rise. And they don't realize it keeps people rise.
It's actually pretty solid, though.
I'm going back to DC, we're back on the rise.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. Whoever wrote that actually knows their shit pretty well. He knows this very well.
I feel like that was AI did that.
You know it was AI who wrote it?
AI is really good at lyrics.
Well, it was definitely AI who sang it. I don't know if it's AI who wrote it.
I
but
would
that
not be
was
surprised if AI can actually do good lyrics.
Dude, Rinks is in trouble if AI is that good. From one guy who declared bankruptcy to the other. See, fun fact, I know they both declared
From
bankruptcy.
one billionaire to another.
This is an anime reference, but yeah, that's probably pretty.
That's what I'm saying, where he's like, I have an opportunity here to do something. And he's like, this is in his brain of doing
Yeah,
it.
I get you. He's going like superhero mode. What's the cool superhero pose right now? Fist in the air. There it is. Confirm Trump watches anime right there. You like this one, Brian? You like that one? Getting the Ender Dragon.
They even have the towers as well in the background.
What the fuck? I don't get this one.
Really?
Oh, is this where he got shot? That's where he's black? So his ear's black? Is that what this is trying to say?
It's funny how here you go to cookouts and you should be more black than me, and I know this and you don't.
I think those are XX Nation or something. These
Yes.
days. He did get shot and killed.
He got shot, so where he got, that's where he's, yeah, because X got shot, so his ear is black, so that's why his ear got shot.
Oh.
The white part of him doesn't get shot.
Thanks for explaining. Clara to the rescue. Just offside.
I feel like a lot of Americans won't get what VAR is. It's a virtual assistant referee. It's like in football or soccer, as you call it. So they like use technology to show where the last player is to see if the person was offside or not. And it goes down to like a millimeter. And this is normally what you see when you're watching the football.
Is
This
a
kind of
line-
thing.
yeah,
There's
it's-
only two models of players with this line, but this is just basically Trump's ear. That's it. It's a good meme. Good meme.
Good meme. Confirmed good meme. Pokemon predicted it. Really? Piece of the ear missing in the Pokemon with Trump hair.
Okay, is that guy called Gumshoes? It sounds like
Gumshoes.
Mongoose or Mongoose.
Let's see. There it is. Gumshoes, and he has the missing ear. Pokemon predicted Trump. Confirmed.
Last night, I spoke with Donald Trump. Oh my God, Donnie. Are you all right? I just saw it on the news. This malarkey's crazy.
They want to take us away from each other, but I won't let them. Joey, I love you. I will always be by your side, no matter what they do to me.
I know you never meant to say anything mean about me, Donnie. Maybe in another lifetime, we can be together.
We are meant for each other, and I know we pretend to hate each other, but I never meant anything negative. I said,
Maybe in another universe.
Oh, that's wholesome. Why can't one be president and the other one be vice president, right? Wouldn't that be amazing?
That shit would be banging.
That would be
great.
great. I'm actually down for that.
Like Beavis and Butthead being the president.
I think the country would look great. Oh, here we go again. Oh, that's nice.
I've seen this ring and on the left side of the screen. President Biden will make me on the right side.
It's nice to think they're secretly friends. I don't know why it makes me laugh to think they're friends.
Be the greatest, like, ploy or trick ever
Oh,
in
yeah.
politics. How they actually secretly are bros.
Yeah. The shooter. Oh dear. Here we go. We got a shooter meme. That is this one. I saw this one already. We'll see it. This is fun. I'm so glad I live at the age where shit gets memed like this instantly. Imagine like tragedies 100 years ago, 200 years ago. There'd be no comedic relief. You get instant comedic relief now. So much so we can't take anything serious. I love it.
This picture, bro, is just... The South Park thing is one thing, but geez, look at that jaw, man. There's something
Yeah.
else.
Already balding as well, and going blind because he has glasses. It's just the man just didn't really win the genetic pool athlete.
Or the aiming competition either.
Dude, his aim is actually spot on. If Trump didn't move his head, it actually was spot on. Oh, this edit is actually kind of bonkers. It's another anime reference, so if Brian doesn't get it, guys, please be gentle. He's never seen an anime.
I will admit one thing. Recently I saw an anime and it was insanely good.
Go on.
It was Kill Bill.
What?
Do you know in the Kill Bill movie there is an anime?
There's an anime scene in Kill Bill?
It's incredible. And I was like, why is this so incredible? What the hell is this? And I'm like, oh my god, this is an anime. Why am I enjoying this? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
And I kept going. I was like, this is so good. It's so the art. It's like old school anime. Like old school.
The art style is very, yeah, you'd like Cowboy Bebop then. Cowboy Bebop is like this one. You'd probably like that. Maybe you wouldn't. I'm not gonna make suggestions. I'm just gonna let you find your own feet. Round of applause for Brian. Watch an anime scene. Now, he didn't click on it and mean to. It just happened to be in the movie he was watching. It wasn't anime. What? One foot in the door, guys. One foot in the door. Just another foot until the hentai. Isn't that right, Brian? One more foot. This is an anime meme anyway. It's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And the only thing you really need to know to understand this meme, Brian, is that each person in this show has like an invisible ghost that's kind of like a guardian angel that has superpowers. Okay?
Okay.
All right? That's all you need to know.
see something that said, take a look what happened.
お前英雄になろうとしているだがここが限界この私が最初のラッキーを手にしたぞ
Know it because it's indie.
Stand, okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
so that's
I
just
thought
the
it
name.
was like-
Character has to do with someone named Valentine. Who is this? Funny Valentine. Yeah, I haven't met this person yet. Funny Valentine is the 23rd president of the United States. Oh, so he's the president in the anime series?
And that white thing was his stand.
Oh, that makes sense. Jacksepticeye thumbnail.
Is that actually his thumbnail? 7 years ago.
Jacksepticeye.
Oh my god. Oh lord. Oh no.
He definitely changed this. He hasn't.
no.
He doesn't give a fuck. This game now is based on true events. Where's the most replayed? Oh.
That's not good. Oh, Jesus. What is that? Is that me? Is that me? Oh, please not.
Liberal media strikes again. Oh, dude, he didn't change the thumbnail either. Oh my gosh, that is actually insane. And another one from Corey Kenshin. I'm going to enjoy it. I mean, watch out. Oh my gosh, that is an insane one.
I have but one desire.
Yeah, there's times I'm thinking, why would you go for the head?
Oh.
His ear's worth 1 damage.
No, I think that's the odds. Like in Fallout, all these are the percentages of how much likely you are to hit that body part. So, you know, the arm, the torso, the head. Honestly, Fallout is amazing. I just never played it.
Never played it.
Yeah, I'm not going to give suggestions where the shooter should have shot. He shouldn't have shot at all. There you go.
Yeah, that's the best suggestion. Climb back down the ladder, go with your slack jaw, and live your life.
Live your slack god life.
Black MAGA, Black MAGA, Black MAGA, Black MAGA, Black MAGA, Black MAGA. Donald Trump, yeah, that's my president. Donald Trump, the first black president. And I
single black patriot, yeah, we exist. The Democrats use my color just to stay rich.
There they are, my people, the MAGA African American. There they are. There's my black guy right there. MAGA African American.
That'll be Marcel if Trump lowers taxes for YouTubers. That'll be Marcel.
Yeah.
I will say, like, it is kind of funny and ironic as an American country that you guys rebelled against the British. I include you, Brian, because you're American now. You guys rebelled against the British because of 2% tax, and now tax is like 40%.
40.
And tax used to be super low. Pre-Modern Warfare 2, tax was insanely low. It was only during World War II and post-World War II and 1 that tax actually started to increase a lot. That's what happened. And once the tax went up, they never really brought it down. My assumption is that they needed revenue to fund the wars, so that's why they brought in a lot of taxes to fund the wars. After they won the wars,
Wow, we're making lots of money. From this, maybe if we don't mention it, they might remember that we brought the taxes up.
that's like, this guy's kind of got used to taxes. We're going to
This is kind of cool.
I'll pay your taxes.
Pay your taxes on the money you make. Also, we're going to tax you on the money you spend, so you're double taxed.
And if you die, you also get taxed when you die.
Is that true? You get taxed when you die?
Yeah, so if you die and you leave anything to your family, that's also taxed.
Listen, man, fuck the government. Fuck them all out. That's what I'm saying. Fuck them all out.
Dude, how have you not learned about inheritance tax?
Because no one has died that gave me shit. My dad died. He let me fuck all. There was nothing to tax. He left me a gold fake Rolex that I love.
Yeah, I should have rolled up to that and Wild Guys win.
Yeah, no, I'd lose it.
Oh, okay, well, mind it then, mind it.
Keeping it in the safe.
It's not fake, it's real because of who came from Brian.
No, it's fine. I was there when he got it in Turkey.
People are acting like Trump's reaction is so impressive, but if someone shot at Joe Biden, he wouldn't even flinch.
That would have been so funny if that happened to Biden. Like past his
I
ear.
feel horrible for him.
No, he just turned around. Listen, we gotta. What's wrong? What's wrong? Listen, people, calm down. Okay. And then just hit them with one of the greasy, the big smile, the big dentures.
I never read it. Ice cream. I read it.
I don't think you would have noticed.
Yeah, I love Biden. Oh, I love Biden. I actually do like him a lot. Mario Party stickers. Immersed. They had one job. This is the left's reaction to Mario Party stickers.
And Evan spamming just Luigi.
Yeah.
So many Twitter users are going to need this. Just kidding star. Put the star in your post when you're just kidding, so the fans know if you're just joking around. Ryan, you want this? You want me to send this to you?
I know who I could give it to.
All right, Ryan, here we go. Predict what's going to appear at the end of this clip.
This guy's gonna zoom out.
And then what will
Heaven
appear?
hold this
Marjorie Taylor
condo
Greene,
road.
Donald.
If you
Good
hop
guess.
the
Let's see.
path I'm
Every single
rocking,
thing that's going on in
the
this great
room
country
will
today
find a
is
way
one
to
thing.
help you.
We become
Die
totally
another
unhinged
day,
if Donald Trump is not
spellbinder.
elected in November.
Pay for it.
You know when they say dogs look like their owners? It's so true.
Dude, that's the dog I want to get. That's my dream dog.
Your one's gonna be lean and grow a beard.
I don't know, man. I'd love a fat bulldog, man. My childhood teddy bear was a bulldog. I got for Christmas when I don't know what age I was, maybe 8 or 9 or 7 or something like that. But basically, look, I got this dog, and it looked exactly like this, a teddy, and I call it Stitch Face. I call it Stitch Face because you know the way it has all the fat folds, like here?
Yeah, call him Stitch then. If you get this dog, you're not calling him Stitch Face. You're Stitch Face.
I don't want it. Dog's name was going to be whatever I wanted to. But it was like, it had a bunch of stitches in its face and the fat folds to keep it together, you know? It goes, we call it Stitch Face. And it was my favorite thing I ever had as a child, outside of Neo Geo and a Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color. But I don't know what happened to it. I'm going to buy one of these when my dogs die. Is that bad to say? Like, I already have the next dog lined up.
Anyway.
I'm 18. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm wealthy. I'm accomplished. I'm an alpha male.
You presume?
Be me. I'm going to copy and paste this.
I like the follow me to learn how to become alpha male.
Alpha male. I think if we view the quotes, I'm extremely attractive.
Fucking plum face.
And then this caption is great. Your name is Stroker. Richard Stroker. New video shows the trajectory. Yeah, this is insane. New video shows the trajectory of bullet as Trump turned his head. Look at this. This is crazy. This is real-time 3D model. And then boom. That's nuts, huh?
That's crazy.
All because he looked to a sign on his right.
It's crazy to think the person that said, I will put the sign over here.
Yeah, that guy probably saved Donald Trump's life. You want it on the right or the left, Donald? What would you like?
Well, I want it the way my political views go. I want it on the right. I want it on the right. Johnny does not look to the left.
Yeah, look at him. He's a great lad. Yeah, that's our president boy.
Michael G, the majestic beauty of Ireland. That's my sticker. I have a dog. I'm great, about 1 centimeters. They give me a statue that's taller than myself. Oh yes, no homework for anyone in the country.
He wanted that done. No homework for anyone in the country. And I genuinely think it's not a bad idea. And I'll tell you why. If you're in school for 6, 7, 8 hours, 5 days a week, and you haven't learned enough, what the fuck are you learning in school? You know what I mean? What are you learning in school if you haven't learned enough in 8 hours?
It was awful. Like your whole life, it's like a prison sentence.
Go home, get your homework, have your dinner, and then you can relax for a few hours, play some video games, watch some shows, and then go to bed and do it all over again Monday to Friday. You might have like soccer practice on a Wednesday night and you have a soccer match on the weekend. But no wonder the Irish team fucking sucks. You know, the weather's shit. There's so much homework in school. The soccer team is a shambles. I don't practice.
This is why the Irish team sucks.
Oh my god.
Shane Gillis is Trump.
Unbelievable moment. You do not look at Joe Biden. Sit down. It's one of those moments.
Just the smile down
There's nothing
perfect.
hidey, everybody.
Oh, hey. What a great lady. I talked to her backstage, and wonderful women. The are real. Excuse me. A lot of people are saying they're fake. They're not fake. I touched them. And great, wonderful.
American.
And that's the thing that we've lost under this administration. Where are the American anymore?
This was such a legendary idea by Kill Tony. Get both of these guys on.
Johnny, how many more guys do you have back there?
Anything can
This
happen.
crowd is hungry for more guys. Frankly, I don't think we've seen enough guys. How about racist? What do you like to say?
This next person could be one. I pulled it out of the bucket. It is the Kill Tony debut, I do believe, of Jacob Barr. Everybody, Jacob Barr. Oh my god. Oh shit. Thank you.
Well.
Oh my god. Okay.
Careful what you wish for.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna reset this, Jacob. We're gonna give you a nice clean slate in a full 60 seconds. We weren't expecting that. Holy fucking shit, man. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Jacob Barr.
Yeah, let's go, Jacob. Absolute legend going Kill Tony. Anyone who goes on this is great. Top balls.
What's up, everybody? I had sex today.
Yeah, let's go,
Oh,
Jacob.
yeah, I know what he's doing. Remember the other guy who's like young looking on Kill Tony? He's the comedian. He's like, he looks like a 12-year-old boy, but he's like 20 something.
Oh, yes, I've seen clips.
Yeah, I think that's what he's taking the piss out of. Like, he got laid. I think that's what he's referencing.
What's your dad do for work?
He's a banker.
Where?
I don't know, somewhere.
Is he still working for the banks?
I have no idea.
You don't talk to him?
Yeah, I stopped talking to my dad.
Why'd you stop talking to your dad?
He's kind of crazy.
But why?
How crazy did he say? Stop working at a fucking grocery store. Stop doing comedy. Get a real job. I'm a millionaire banker, and my son is a anime. Hey. I'm in character.
That's true. It is President Trump saying this.
I like how he said I'm in character, but that's kind of nice.
I feel like that hit home, though.
This man's soul
Yeah.
was gone after that comment. Look at that Adam's apple, like, cool.
Yeah, his stand-up career just ended. He is not going to be doing stand-up ever again after that.
You're going to get shredded on Kill Tony. Shredded, man.
Okay, so Bruce, let's go through some of these marriages. How old were you your first marriage?
17.
And how long? Wow, Jesus.
That's a great age. For getting your high school diploma. You can do it if you want to do it. Or for showering with your dad, the way his daughter did. Well, look it up. You're going to be very, very surprised that this man, showered with his daughter. Do you believe this? Until she was 13. I love my family.
The smile is... he nails the smile. His smile is spot on, dude. Discord deleted the Trump shooters account. The Discord spokesperson said the account was unused, right? It contained nothing related to the attack. What a nut thing to say. Huh.
Yeah, and they can't access his phone.
Interesting. They can't access his phone. He had zero social media, but he wore his favorite YouTuber's t-shirt, and Discord decided to delete his account before the FBI could get to it. Huh. Interesting. Moving on.
I'm so excited. I'm sorry if this sounds wrong, rude. I don't really care. I am dying for the documentary to come out and all the information because it blows my mind.
There's new stuff every single day.
It's constantly changing. Whenever Netflix finally makes something, I don't even know if Netflix is left, right, or whatever.
They're
It's
left.
probably left.
They're
Probably left.
They're left.
Everything media-wise now is fucking left. But there's just so much to this that I just don't understand. How the hell can...
Someone needs to spend $50 million to make it into a documentary.
Have you ever seen like 2 snipers at an event? Like just two? Just two?
That seems not like a lot.
On top of a barn. Remember the farm in Fortnite? We landed on that barn. Like it was just 2 guys on top of the barn. That's it for the whole event. Weird.
Yeah, I don't want to bust your bubble here, but this isn't TNN, Brian. This is memes.
Oh, right.
Memes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. I got a meme for you. It's in our group chat. Why don't you go to our group chat and see what Brock posted?
This is what Brock posted in the group chat. What a nice guy.
This is
What
the
a
real
nice guy.
stand. This is the real stand.
That's it. That's his stand. Oh, thank you, Brock, for contributing. Wife, don't get political at Thanksgiving this year, please. Me after 1 glass of water.
They're gonna take your children's soul. Are you gonna keep bowing down to these people? Everything they do is poison. Everything they do is designed to destroy you. And you gotta decide, I'm not owned by the devil. I'm not owned by the New World Order. It's a path of criminals. Everybody knows it. And that's why the enemy gets me so much fun. They eat so much because they know we're real. They know we love God. They know we tell the truth. When it comes to serving evil, we don't do it. And we stand against it. What matters is your freedom.
Can you pass the macaroni and cheese?
Oh, of course. Anyway, what matters is who you are. And you're not for sale. I don't know how this is gonna end. But if you want to fight, you better believe you've got one.
Dude, that's so stupid. Finally, she's gone. She's gone.
Well, my 5 minutes fine. Oh, no, goddamn Trump stole my limelight. God dang.
Literally that. Oh my gosh. Kids in Uganda recreated it, right?
Want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
Krabs is here.
That is insane. Oh, it is insane, dude. Look at this Joe Biden meme. Joe Biden shooting Joe Biden. Why would...
President Biden, you are set to expire next year. Let's start with the issue that voters consistently say is their top concern.
Why am I saying this?
This is the first presidential election. President Biden, what do you say to black voters who...
Cut them in half.
You have 49 seconds left. Thank you, President Trump. You've vowed to end the world.
Big chunkus. There's never been anything like it. So let's get that straight. Hamas. I funded them and got them all funded.
President Biden, you have said, quote, Donald Trump, President Biden.
The fact is that...
Thank you, President Biden, President Trump.
The fact is that I have the biggest heart on right now, but I won't say that.
That is simply not true.
I gave him an unbelievable and it was a disaster. It was incredible, but he wasn't able to. I call it Biden.
My has got a case of the Sleepy Joe right now.
I don't know what debate you guys saw, but this seemed fine to me.
Didn't they do this to Wildcat?
I can see them doing that.
Go on Wildcats one. It's a brilliant one of Wildcats.
What's Wildcats one?
Wildcats Twitter.
僕たちを教えてくれたいろんな認めになれるアプリなんだって。どれどれ
Someone made him talk weeb.
It's so good. His voice is so good.
Got into Uber last night, and the first thing he says is, "How are you going to miss Trump? He's gigantic and orange." They shot Tupac at night.
To be fair,
yeah.
He ran up to Tupac. He was right in front of him, okay?
That is to be fair. This is it. This is 2024, man. A VTuber Twitch streamer reacting live to Donald Trump. That's 2024 right here in one picture right there. Oh, dear.
Hearing from sources that Biden is shocked, but he's just glad that President Reagan is okay.
Pretty good. You know, Biden called his vice president Donald Trump recently?
Yeah, when we spoke Zelensky, Putin.
Yeah, look at this. His vice president right there. Vice President Donald Harris. Oh, it's just so fucking funny. Look at this one. Okay, now introduce Zelensky as Putin. Leader of Ukraine, President Putin. Look at this.
Oh my God.
I don't care who gets elected. The memes are going to be amazing, bro.
Don't believe women when they say size doesn't matter, because an inch could have made all the difference today. Can we get that image of for the feds? It was a joke.
There we go.
There you go. See, guys, relax. You don't have to go after me now.
And we're putting this at the start of the video as well.
Yeah.
Start,
All
middle, and end.
jokes. All jokes, guys.
You know, at the end of the video.
Get him to sick bay.
What the hell happened?
Sounds like he played us all. He was working with Menendez.
Fuck, how did they do that? What are you talking about? He's one of us.
betrayed us all, Salazar.
Today is a difficult day, Section. But tomorrow, we all win. Not you. Today is a difficult day, Section. But tomorrow, we all win.
Get him out of here. I'm going after Menendez.
On this live message. I'm gonna see that something gets burned when he's done.
This is his endgame. He's about to unleash drones on cities across the globe. This is his endgame. He's about to unleash drones on cities across the globe.
Calm down. The ball went through clean. You're gonna be fine. Still bleeding. You're gonna be fine.
Madam President, the drones took out Air Force One and Marine One. We cannot extract it by air.
Sir, I can't help you unless you calm down. You need to stay still bleeding. Give me something to say.
Madam President, the drones took out Air Force One and Marine One. We cannot extract it by air.
Hey, the drones, get in the cover. Come on. Start at zero. The fingers are on chest.
Get the president to cover. We need to move. The drones are all over.
기다리고 기다리던 2022 런닝리그 시인 드래프트를 시작하겠습니다.
리베로 공부만 뜰 때.
제가 초봉이 12만 원. 지금 50% 이상 사서
여기하고 내가 5만 원밖에 차이가 안 나. 우리가 밥값이 너무 많이 들었어. 6만 원.
7만 원.
오케이, 7만
저도
원.
챙겨주고
오케이.
이건 분들도 조금씩 챙겨주실 거 아니에요, 어차피.
2군까지 챙기려면은 지금 5만 원 해주셔야 돼.
그럼 이건 챙기면 6만 원. 오케이.
자, 우리가 40만 원. 네, 오케이.
너 왜 이렇게 빨리 써? 얼마야? 반 그냥 6만 원. 6만 원? 아, 6만 원인데? 6만 원. 너무 잔데? 근데 이제 원래 저 불렀는데 그걸 주면 이것도 못 챙겨줄래. 그래서 그냥 따뜻하게 가지고.
일부러 챙겨주려면 챙겨줄 수 있는데.
나 진짜 오늘을 계기로 팀워크란 걸 배웠어.
아니, 나 아직까지 보정 안 해요.
아니 근데 언니 뭐 때문에 팀워크를 배웠어요?
아무도 다른 팀에 갈 생각도 안 하고.
그래.
계속 같이 가니까 한
그렇지, 맞는 말이에요.
처음이야, 처음. 진짜 런닝맨 하면서.
아니, 근데 손님 아직 모른다.
해봐, 진짜 자꾸 나 버리려고 하고.
아니야, 부장님 어떻게 모른다니까.
미나 씨. 우리 미나 씨
네.
초봉이 얼마였죠?
진짜요? 일단 11만 원.
11만 원이죠.
거기에 2만 원 추가해.
미나 씨가 꼴등할 일은 거의 없다고 그래요. 그렇죠.
그 조금 주겠다고요? 또 조금 주겠다고.
아, 조금 주겠다기보다는
8만 원. 제가 7주짜리 진짜 좋아하거든요. 근데 만 원 얹어 8만 원. 혼자 60살. 딱 8만 원.
오케이, 8만 원.
네.
계약 빨빨 끝냅시다.
네. 빨빨 해야죠.
네. 저희가 얼마 받을래?
먼저 제시해주세요.
아니, 본인이 얼마
먼저 제시해주세요.
먼저?
네. 하나 부산 하나 먼저 들고 오더라고요.
내가 지금 얼마 잠깐만 주성마다 제가 얼마 했죠 지금?
우리 꼴등이야. 이게 왜 팀에서 왜 희생을 해야 되는지 모르겠어.
그냥 어쩔 수 뭐 이거 뭘 해보지 못하고 꼴등이네.
솔직히 말만 키먹하지. 쥐들이 돈 다 가져가고 다 같이 하고 떡볶이 먹기.
맞는 말입니다. 이미 있습니다. 고생을 10번 여기 다 했는데 얘네 돈 나가져가고 이거 말이 안 돼. 무슨 말이에요? 세팅하자. 여기 불화가 장난 아니네.
솔직히 누구 때문에 돈 벌었어? 솔직히 우리가 다 그냥 깔아주고.
그래 맞는 말입니다. 누구 때문에 돈 벌었냐고. 여기 지호 언니가 기억하고 붙였잖아 너네. 너 성공했어 못했어? 왜 성공 못했어? 지호 언니 성공했다고. 아니 지호 언니가 성공했다고. 근데 지호 지호 언니 이기잖아. 그래 아니.
정확히 한 번에 점 크로스 점 크로스. 아 저번에 한번더 합시다. 한번더 점 크로스. 아 예스. 방금 이렇게 올라온다. 아 너무 기다.
자 이거 하는 거야.
꼴찌면 그냥 돼.
그럼
다음 게임 이기면 돼.
그럼. 나못 떨어져.
저 되는지 모르겠는데.
얼마나 전에 지금 엄청 마찬가지. 매선 씨가 되니까 저쪽에 연봉을 얼마씩 받는지는 잘은 모르겠지만
기본이 다 20거든요. 저는 솔직히 그 전에 후회를 좀 했어요. 원래 제 별명이 치기치기. 약간 고민 좀 했었는데
22. 좋죠.
5.5.
22.5.
5.5.
20.
3. 자, 그렇게 끝났고 일단 아까 이겼기 때문에 2분 한 명 세게 갑니다.
자 근데 우리는 일단 앉아봐요. 예. 근데 우리 그 아까 다는 우리 팀에서 그냥 이대로 유지가.
Flashling, take cup. If Wizard get Krustos Lycan for Ugar, then Ugar would be very, very happy.
가 됐으면 좋겠다고 생각을 했는데 한 분이 굳이 거길 가서 그 자기 연봉을 알아보고 그러더라고요.
아, 연봉을. 진짜요?
네.
아, 진짜?
네.
아, 진짜? 연봉을요?
아니
그거는 팀 내 그거는 약간 깨지는데 믿음이.
그 자기 연봉을 알아보고 그러더라고요.
아, 연봉을. 진짜요?
네.
아, 진짜?
네.
아, 진짜? 연봉을요?
아니
그거는 팀 내 그거는 약간 깨지는데 믿음이.
전소민 씨.
아니 제가 연봉을 알아본 게 아니고 혹시 오시고 싶은 분이 계신지 한번 여쭤본 거예요.
어쩔 수가 없어. 그래. 그러면 이거 별로 너무 많이 줬어.
오고 싶으세요? 아니요, 싶으세요?
네, 좀 받을 게 좀 있어.
아 그래요?
왜? 너 거기 나오고 싶구나.
아니 아니면 얘기해보세요. 잠깐만.
아니 오른다리를 저기다 걸쳐놨네. 근데 아까 전에 언니가 연봉 계약 하고 있을 때 언니가 얘기해. 이게 바로 찐거인 것 같다면서. 이제 처음에 느낀다 그랬는데 그 전에 다른 거 보면서.
그래, 그렇다는 얘기하니까.
자, 우리들 뒤통수
내가 지금 아니죠. 내가 지금 먹는 돈에 막 두 달에서 막 다 줬잖아요. 나 돈을 아이스크림까지 줬어. 아이스크림 그리고 3개를 안 먹었어. 자, 일단 저 소민 씨 이쪽으로 좀 오시고요.
방출하지 마. 우리가 있지. 우리 너무 없다 저쪽 팀.
홍국 씨, 이거 생각해봐요. 우리 방송 지난주부터 오늘 2주에 거쳐서 나가요. 네. 내가 계속 데리고 있었어요.
명분 있어.
지금 북관장이 나 여기를 적어놔요. 그러지 말고. 그래. 알겠어요. 소민이를 받을 테니까 성충이를 꼭 그래야 된다면. 야, 너 어디 갔어? 파스 미쳤어, 뒤에. 꼭 그래야 된다면. 사람을 이용해 먹는. 형, 근데 뒤에서 못 올라갔대. 못 올라갈 것 같아요. 자, 그러면은, 그럼 이렇게. 어떻게 해요? 지석진 씨 10만 원 얹어주세요. 10만 원 얹어주세요. 야,
이 자식들이 지금 내가 10원인데 10을 달라고? 아 진짜 열탕이 많네.
자, 그러면은 어쩔 수 없이 우리 저.
아니 제가 가겠습니다. 아 언니. 그래. 당신은 매일이요. 아니 근데 방송 이상하는 거 아니야? 언제까지 못 정할 거예요 지금?
광수야. 생각해.
결정을 내리십시오.
광수야.
결정을 내려야 돼.
광수야 너랑 나랑 마음 똑같다.
예. 자, 하하라 바스켓.
오케이.
하하라 바스켓.
오케이.
뭐, 예.
오세요, 오세요.
예, 어쩔 수 없어요.
아, 뒤 없이 가요?
자, 이게 뭐 어떻게 보면 팀을 위한 선택이니까. 예. 뭐 하는 거야?
오빠 맞춰줄게, 맞춰줄게.
자, 가! 네, 가자, 가자!
이거 너무 빨리 가야 돼. 텐션 올려, 텐션 올려.
왜 페이크가 되겠어?
알았어, 알았어. 어쩌지 마. 오케이, 10만.
나 많은 거 넣어줘.
자, 여러분 결과 나왔습니다. 박빙입니다.
안녕하세요.
파티인가? 늘 와서 먹던 데죠?
그쪽은 무슨 사업해요?
그 이탈리아에서 패션 저 수입하고
못다장 상가?
기적의 사고 때 잘 돼요?
그 짭퉁파시가 어리신 분 아니에요?
먼저는 야, 양고기 쪽으로 좀.
아니, 근데 왜 이렇게 많이 줘, 음식을?
점심 안 주나?
크림 파스타, 맥앤치즈.
야, 치즈가.
그럼 다 드셔야 돼요.
이걸 다?
네.
이걸 다 먹으라고요?
올라가 못 먹겠다, 지금.
야, 이씨.
안 들어가요. 나 더 못 먹겠어요. 미안해요. 형 괜찮아요?
맛있어.
석기도 괜찮아요? 저 왜 그래?
예능에서 만난 출연자와 실제로 사귄 적이 있다.
Wizard will bring Ugar Seasalt from Crescent Beach, so Ugar can smell sea again.
닝의 장수 비결은 전부 대적이라는 것. 나는 김종국의 축구 클럽에 내는 회비가 아깝고 탈퇴하고 닝의 장수 비결은 기다리고 기다리던 대형 스윙 선수들이 입장을 하겠습니다. 관장 중엔 돈 많이 남은 한 명이 우승, 선수 중에는 돈 많은 선수 3인이 승리로 특별한 상품을 드리고요. 돈이 가장 적은 선수 2위는 벌칙인데 여기서 2명 추가로 주목합니다.
아, 그러면 안 되지, 야.
야, 넘어!
국관장 팀승리. 연봉 협상 또한 1군이랑만 진행합니다.
의리.
의리. 사인하고.
이게 좋게 해야 되는 거예요. 2군 만 원씩.
야, 어떻게 이렇게 따뜻해? 야, 진짜 너무 따뜻하다.
근데 이걸 삭감이라고 생각을 안 해줘.
아시는 소리 먼저 하시네요. 김정국 관장님은 돈대 신경 안 쓰신다고요.
30을 줘.
싸운다.
신인 선수들의 담력도 테스트해볼 이번 미션은
한번 날라. 붙여. 남도 끌려. 날라.
붙여. 야, 형아, 붙여. 붙였어. 오케이.
신난다. 오케이.
22.5?
누구 때문에 허였냐고.
exhausted.
Yo, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to another Wizard 101 pet training video. Now, this one is kind of weird, kind of stupid, because recently I've been noticing that pets with Maycast healing talents are kind of cracked. Like, a single Maycast unicorn or fairy gives you like almost 700 health, and that is busted. So what I tried to do was make a Maycast healing current E-Free pet. It was a little bit of a mess, and I'm not going to show you guys the final pet because, like, I want you to watch the entire video. You guys obviously know this. But I will say, it did get healing current, and the pet is pretty juicy. So yeah, that's all I got to say about it. It was a really big struggle to make this pet. I had like 10 pet fails in a row or something. I don't even remember. It was really difficult, and it's a great video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, make sure to drop a sub on the channel so you don't miss an upload. I post daily with videos, and if you want to see this content live, make sure to follow me on Twitch. First link in description. So let me shut up and do the video. Let's hatch this pet. So this one right now, I'll go for both pools, right? Both have Fire Sniper, which we need. Both have Spellproof, which we need. Both have Armor Breaker, which is really, really nice. And then the one on the left needs Fire Dealer. And both parents from the pet on the left had Fire Dealer. So hey, maybe I'm just like, you know, like maybe some universe we can take the one on the left up and then get Fire Dealer. That would be the absolute dream. But let me just hatch these. Let me get a base. I want to get another E-Free that gets healing current train. That's what I really, really want as a base. I need it. I'll take it to adult and then we do predictions. Because I don't want to be spamming predictions every single step of the way. That takes hours. It takes hours, and usually I'm like one of the only mods in my stream, and it's so much work. So I'll just wait until it's adult. Let me see what we get. Defy. Okay, game. You know what? Defy. Awesome. All right, first fail. I need a pet to just not fail. That's it. I need to get a base with healing current. That's the only thing that would make me happy in this world. For some reason, can I please just get healing current? Okay. You know what? That's cool. Have a cell, baby. Let's go. All right, this is bad. This is really, really bad. The fact that we got... Two fails in a row, both at teen. This is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be so perfect. Oh my god. Just don't get Defy. Get anything but Defy. That's all I'm asking. Game, I know you can do this to me. I know you can. Ooh, oh my god. Wait a minute. Is this it? Is this a god pet? Also, I'm using Shantas because I don't want to use my Mega Stacks on a pet that's just gonna end up getting wise. So if you ever wonder why I use my Shantas, it's because I'm paranoid. Let's see, baby, please. Oh my god, you can fail. Oh my god. We just got, oh my god. So between the clip that you just saw and the clip that you're going to see, there was some sort of error. I lost the footage. I'm not really sure, but you didn't miss anything. Literally, I failed the pet. But then we ended up with this beauty so that you're about to see. So yeah, my life is over and it's ruined. Oh! Alright, guys. Wow. That's nice. That's hot. That's really, really hot. Alright, guys, what do I do? Like, actually, what do I do right now? Because I have two... Wait. Do I just take the epic pet up? I kind of want to. I'm in Rem Ivan. I've been in Rem Ivan. You didn't know. Oh my... 8 areas, bro. What? That's insane. Alright, so Simon, you're fail. You are dope. I love Donna Roxy. So what do we do, guys? Because we have this pet, which is ancient, right? It's sniper proof and healing current. 3 talents we need. And then we have this pet, which is epic, which has breaker, energizing battery, proof, and sniper. This pet just needs dealer. That's it. If this pet gets dealer, it's a dream come true. We get everything we need. So do I train this one? The one on the left, both parents had dealer, but it also has a chance of getting Defy, which I don't really want, so I want to make out brace. And the one on the right is probably gonna get Pierce, and then the exact same pet that's on the left. Wait, neither of these are 10 dealer. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Alright. Alright, no, it's fine. Yeah, I'll just do whatever chat wants. You guys want me to YOLO? Alright. Alright guys, I'll YOLO. Screw it. I hate you guys. I hate you guys so much. See the chance? Alright, this pet, it can either get Defy or Dealer. Those are like the two main things it can get. If it gets Defy, then it's basically a fail. Unless I suck at D-Lance and then just run no Dealer, but that's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. Why are you guys in sync dancing over here? I mean, I respect the talent, but...
Polaris spell video. Today we got the Raging Bowl, which is the new fire spell. It does a lot of damage to all enemies and it puts up a smoke screen. Pretty cool stuff. Let's see what it looks like. Hey everyone, what's up? This is Blaze. Welcome to a video looking at some of the new fire spells that I haven't gotten yet on my fire character. Defeat someone for that one as well.
The stench of Fianna Yellow Knife is upon you. Has she sent you for her charm bag? Afraid to take it herself? Try and claim it. Ah!
Always have to be charms. That's the name of the quest. Okay, don't need all those. Play up once. Man, these are so. I really appreciate the crit, even though she still has 10,000 health. For you to come out of retirement. I mean, he's not retirement. He's in retirement from using his heal on me. That is not gonna save you. And yes. All right, enjoy this moment. Casting Ifrit. Oh no, I hear the mower coming back. It's going around for a second pass. Is that crit? Yup, that is a crit.
Curse upon you! Take the bag! It was worthless to me anyway!
You find Fianna's
nice pink tote bag.
There's ill-gotten loot.
Close Fianna's bag though. Whoa. Backdraft. Boom, that's backdraft. 15% per pip to your next fire spell. Pretty useful. Let's get rid of all these, because it's not useful in our solo adventures right now. Okay, so I was looking through the questline, and the main quest is actually kind of a bit longer. I mean, it's not like too long, but there's a few more things. Yeah, it's actually kind of long. Like, there's a few people you have to defeat. There's like 4 bosses you have to defeat.
Why? But no. It needs to get dealer. If it doesn't get dealer, it's basically a fail. I like spamming killer tomatoes. I love it, bro. I love it so much. Because if it fails, right? If it fails, I'm gonna feel really bad about using Mega Snacks. But if it fails and I only use killer tomatoes, I feel so good about myself. Actually, so good. I feel like a god.
Join us.
No, I'm not joining. I'm good. I got a pet to fail right now. Oh wait, I just saved all my ooh. Okay. I mean, I can go crazy with the killer tomatoes, you know? Oh my god, it is actually so close. Alright guys, well here we go. This is the pet. If it gets dealer, it's perfect. It's beautiful. It's everything I could have ever asked for. I need Rapier on my side. I need Diego. I need Professor Palmea. I need everybody. I'm like, Wait, let me just do yoga for a second. Let me just do some yoga so I can like call them into my stream. I'm so scared. I don't want to train this pet. Alright, let me make a base. I'm making a base, bro. I don't care. I do not care. This pet's gonna get wise. I'm saying it right now. It's gonna get wise. Put a 1 in chat if you think it will fail. Put a 2 if you think it won't fail. I just want to see I just want to see the sheer ratio. 2 if it won't fail, 1 if it will. This is important to me. This is so important to me. This better not fail. If I get this, I literally just win. I win life. 1 2 1 2 2 1 2. Oh, you guys think it won't fail? All right, bro. Let's go. Let's go. You guys know the drill. I'll cover my screen. I won't be able to see what I get. You guys will see what the pet gets before I do. I need dealer. That's it. That's the only thing I need right now. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. All right, I'm closing it. I need dealer. I need it. I need dealer. Rib. What do you mean rib? I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you. All right, guys. What the pet get? Don't do this to me, homie. Don't do this to me. What you got? Okay. Okay. Okay, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool! Okay, so yeah, we can up the fail counter to 4 today, because why not?
15 minutes later.
You deserve to get a fail for making a minus 90? Bro, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You want me to make like a... What do you want? Maybe you want like a Grand Phoenix or something? What do you want me to make? You think it's gonna be good? No, of course not. Of course I'm gonna make a minus 90. It's in the game, I'm gonna use it. What kind of question is that? So I'm not sure if you saw the clip before the 15 minutes later and the clip after, but there's a big difference, and it's that the fail counter went up by 3. I went through a lot of wises and defies by making a bunch of bases, and I kinda gave up, and I decided to train a very old pet that I had, which had me cast Healing Current, Dealer, Breaker, and Defy, and all I needed to prove, and that's the pet Mega that you're gonna see right now. Alright, well here we go. This is it. This is it. Guys, I have no idea if this is gonna fail or not, but I'm gonna cover my screen. The only way this pet is good right now is if we get proof. If it gets anything else, it's dog shit. Alright, here we go. I'm ready. Cover my screen. Give me proof. Give me spell proof, baby. Give me spell proof. That's all I need. That's all I need. Please, game. Please. Please give me proof. That's it. That's all I want. And Joel and Kyle, thank you for the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. I do. And if this is a YouTube video and you're watching, bro, follow the stream. Look at the description. Go to my Twitch stream every day. Wiz videos, Wiz P, Wiz pets. I don't know anything, bro. I just need dealer. Or not dealer. I need proof. Did it actually get wise? There's no way you guys all together at the same exact time all just started saying wise. Let's check, baby. Let's check. Please have proof. Let's go! Bro, it's about time. It's about time we get proof. Holy crap.
The spiral. Stay clear or you'll get burned. For those interested in a damage boost, I recommend the Sun Serpent, Raging Bull, or Ornery Kookaburra, all of which give you a Fireblade item card. However, if you're more interested in stacking traps to take advantage of Fire's iconic damage over time spells, pets that give fire traps or fuel item cards such as the Burnitar, Incendiary Grimoire, or Fire Beetle might be more your speed. For utility, I also want to mention pets that can give you a 100% accuracy copy of Meteor Strike, such as the Ornery Kookaburra or Totoli's Dragon, which can be very handy for nuking early mobs when your accuracy is normally still quite low. Honorable mentions for this will include the Fennec Fox, a Crown's pet dropped by Sun, Darkling, and Chrysalis, which offers a Fireblade, a fuel trap, and a minion all together. However, the winner definitely has to be the Ornery Kookaburra, which offers a Fireblade, a full accuracy Meteor card, and a Power Link card for healing. This is a very well-rounded pet, which is ideal for new Pyromancers. Soon, no one will be able to stifle your flames. Up next is that tank of a school, Ice. If you're a new Ice Wizard, you may have noticed that you can take a beating like a champ with your massive health pool, but you're not exactly turning heads with your damage output. Ice has some of the weakest hitting spells in the game.
Exalted.
and suffers the longest wait to get their first school blade. Yes, thaumaturges have to wait until they hit level 38 before they get their first blade. Yikes. So getting a useful pet early can make a huge difference in questing quickly, or retiring your Ice Wizard permanently. Since Ice already has so many good shield and defensive spells from an early level, I'm focusing mostly on damage pets here. Some great pets that give you an Ice Blade to tide you over until level 38 are the Freezing Raincore, Frosty Eye, Lord of Winter, Ice Dactyl, and Chivalrous Knight, the last of which actually gives you 2 Ice Blades. If you like traps instead, I recommend the Verglass Grimoire. Seriously, Ice Blades are where it's at. Honorable mentions that aren't available in the kiosk also include the Snow Beast and Mountain Yeti, which both give you an Ice Blade, with a Mountain Yeti in addition offering a handy 8-pip Thunderlord AoE card. So which pet should you add to your Icy Arc? Arsenal first. I have to go with the Frosty Eye pet, which offers that coveted Ice Blade, along with a 100% accuracy Blizzard and a blinding freeze stun card, which gives you an edge in almost any early battle. This pet will allow you to cut through enemies like butter until you can get your real Ice Blade spell and better AoEs later on. There's a reason the 9th Circle of Hell is frozen over. Now let's shift over to the Spirit Schools, starting with Life. While known primarily for their healing capacity, you shouldn't underestimate the Theurgist's ability to thrive on the battlefield, especially since some of their abilities make them quite difficult to kill. Well, most of the time anyway. However, just like Ice, Life Wizards do suffer from a lower damage output, especially early on, so a useful pet can make the early game a lot easier. For damage, some great pet candidates include the Kookaburra, Courageous Bull, Dryad, Life Wardle, Lively Opossum, or Timberland Yeti, all of which give an extra Life Blade item card. For Life Traps instead, check out the Rooted Grimoire or Tree Serpent. If you're more interested in a support role, Life also has a wide array of pets that offer healing utility. However, if you want a full list of healing pets, check the end of this video, since healing pets are useful to all schools. Life-specific pets include the Eternal Leviathan, which offers a Guiding Light card, the Copper Colossus with Brilliant Light, or the Wild Sabertooth, which offers Sanctuary. An honorable mention for healing is the Leaffoot Crown's pet dropped by Ixcax Cursewing, which gives all 3 of the previous cards, but on 1 pet. Another thing to consider for Life Wizards is that they don't get an AoE for quite a long time, which can make early questing difficult. Some pets that offer a solution are the Kookaburra with handy 4-pip Leaf Storm AoE, or the Timberland Yeti, which is a 7-pip Forest Lord AoE as well. Though healing is definitely a core part of the Life School identity, the lack of AoE and early damage options means we need a pet that can perform in all 3 categories. The Kookaburra wins hands down, since it offers damage, a low-cost AoE, and healing all in one compact cute package. As a Life Wizard, you really can't have it all and breeze through the early part of the game with this little bird by your side. Just don't forget entirely about the healing, since other wizards can get a little touchy about it. Next up is the edgy goth kid of the Wizarding World, Death. With their ability to deal damage while healing at the same time, along with their excellent spell debuffs to enemies, Necromancers make a formidable opponent equipped to both hit and support at the same time. However, much like Life Wizards, Death suffer from a lack of an early game AoE, which can slow down their progress considerably. So what are your best options as a new Death Wizard? For damage, I recommend the Vulture, Acid Raincore, Dark Hound, Avenging Fossil, Death Dactyl, Ghastly Opossum, or Gloomy Eye Pet, all of which offer a Death Blade item card. In addition, the Avenging Fossil, Dark Hound, and Vulture also give a Faint card, which can be a huge boost to your damage since you otherwise have to wait till level 26 to get it. Other pets that offer Death Traps include the Death Wardle, Death Scarab, Grim Scarab, and Forgotten Grimoire if you want more options. For early AoE options, the Gloomy Eye and Scarecrow come to the rescue with the 4-pip Colossifrog card and 8-pip Ominous Scarecrow cards respectively. Other honorable mentions for Death pets include the Deer Knight pet from the Halloween packs, which can give you a copy of the 5-pip Deer Knight spell, as well as the Scrappy Griffin from the Sinbad Word pack, which gives a Death Blade, a Feint, and a copy of the Avenging Fossil spell. If you're eager for the Deer Knight spell but don't want to pay money for the Deer Knight pet, I recommend watching my first video for a free and easy way to get the Deer Knight spell early. For best pet, I have to go with the Gloomy Eye pet. Though we lose the damage from not having a Feint spell in its arsenal, having access to both a Death Blade and AoE card, along with a stun, more than make up for the loss in my opinion. With this pet, you should be able to kill mobs quite easily, which will tide you over until you get your first AoE and Scarecrow at level 48. Just try not to be too edgy as you conquer the spiral one world at a time, okay?
Just watch me, Elle. I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left. I'll take a potato chip and eat.
Finally, the least appreciated of the Spirit Schools, Myth. While Myth has some of the highest damage of the Spirit Schools, it has long suffered from a lack of options due to its reliance on minion-based spells that simply at present do not function well with the current mechanics of the game. Because the minions take up a battle slot that could otherwise be filled by a wizard, Myth faces the perception of not playing well with others, leaving them as the misfits of the spiral. So what pets best give new conjurers an edge? To lean into their damage potential as a Spirit School, I recommend the Enigmatic Vulture, Little Medusa, Myth Dactyl, or Wandering Eye pet, all of which give a Myth Blade item card. For Myth Traps, you'll want the Fabled Grimoire, and for Myth Fuel, I would suggest the Ethereal Knight or Resolute Bloodbat pets. While Myth gets an early AoE in the form of Humongo Frog, it is a very weak spell, so pets such as the Wandering Eye can help with the 8-pip Lord Humongo Frog card, which hits all enemies while also stunning them. Other AoE options include the Myth Dactyl for its Earthquake card, or the Humongo Frog or Mythish Frog pets with their 6-pip damage over time AoE, Noble Humongo Frog cards. An honorable mention for this school is the Plucky Griffin Crown's pet from the Sinbad Ward pack, since it gives a Myth Blade, Feint card, and Basilisk card by the time you raise it to Mega. So which pet should conjurers go for at the start? I have to pick the Wandering Eye pet, since by Epic you get not only a Myth Blade, but also a powerful AoE along with a stun card. With this pet at your side, maybe Myth Wizards can start to show their talents to be just as useful as the other schools in the spiral. Finally, onto our last school, Balance. Sorcerers are usually characterized as the chill support class of the spiral, though fully capable of dishing out damage when the need arises. Balance Wizards specialize in changing the variables of the battlefield, reducing accuracy and damage, buffing other schools or themselves, and transferring pips as necessary. Balance is also unique in that its main blades are universal and can be used by any other school. So what are a sorcerer's best options for pets that help with both damage and support? I recommend the many pets that give several forms of universal blades, including the Blaze Fox, Fairy, Gallant Bull, Gobbler Ball, Harmonic Quetzal, Noble Kookaburra, Opossum, and Parry Fairy, all of which give a Balance Blade. If you instead prefer a Dragon Blade, Frontier Dragon is your next best bet, followed by pets with Blade Storm item cards, such as the Beastmaster's Eagle, the different Opossum variants, and the Wild Sabertooth. If you feel like delving into Balance's healing abilities for support, look at the Flamingo Tocador, Noble Kookaburra, or Warden's Icehound, all of which supply you with copies of Availing Hands. Some honorable mentions for this school include the Snappy Griffin Crown's pet.
So, coming as a surprise to almost no one, So, coming as a surprise to almost no one, the Halo series is dead. They have canceled it. Paramount Plus has canceled the Halo series after 2 seasons. You want to know why this happened? It's because the show looked like trash and it didn't do what the game did. You're taking an IP, and everybody has like these established expectations for the IP. You're not going to see Master Chief's face, and you're certainly not going to see his ass. And that's what you get. And before anybody says, this guy is a fucking idiot, by the way. Oh, well, we couldn't get people to identify with Master Chief. Really? Well, go tell that to Carl Urban when he played Judge Dredd. I just don't understand how, like, I feel like Master Chief is such an easy character to write. Competent, smart, stoic, yeah, heroic, like that's it. So you need a pretty tall guy, and fuck, you can use somebody else's voice even. If you put that in jeopardy, and you change that character design, you no longer have the reason why Master Chief is popular. You have to understand why people like it. And I guess that the showrunners didn't understand why people liked it, and that's what you fucking get. The show's canceled. Fuck them. Rest in piss, you won't be missed.
Whenever Private Pile I will not punish him. I will punish all of you.
Yep, there we go. The DI and the drill sergeant is going to definitely dole out punishment as a mass punishment. I'm Command Sergeant Major retired Lamont Christian. I served about 11 years as a drill sergeant and then as a senior leader in organizations that conducted basic combat training. Today we're going to be looking at boot camp scenes and seeing how realistic they are.
And always answer every question with, yes, drill sergeant.
Yes, drill sergeant.
The standard for responding to a drill sergeant is yes, drill sergeant, no drill sergeant. And if it has to have an affirmative response, then the whole platoon will sound just like that.
Then I always ask what you saying on that. Drill sergeant, Jesus. This is a new company.
The drill sergeant was so impressed because, you know, in the early part of training, it's a challenge for somebody who perhaps has not handled a weapon before, what we would call weapons training, to be able to take that weapon apart, put it back together, and do what you saw Forrest do there, which is that functions check. What your hope is as a DI or drill sergeant is that everybody in there can do it like Forrest.
Shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger.
What's funny is when they're in there with them with toothbrushes, that's something of the past. There was times where, you know, you give a recruit scissors and say, go cut the grass. They're fostering this environment of working together as a team, which you saw with the weapons training, which is what I call mindless repetition. Just do it over and over and over again until you get it right. That has the same training effect that this used to have. The approach that the drill sergeant had in here was very, very common for that time period during the Vietnam War. So that's about a 9. When you look at obstacle courses, usually in boot camp, you'll go through them twice. Obstacle courses are really designed to find your upper body strength and also determine your endurance. And so it maybe test your fear of height and fear of darkness. And then you get to actually experience teamwork, helping each other. We saw that a couple of times in there. And definitely that screaming and yelling. Often we call it simulating, you know, battlefield conditions.
This is a rabbit hole. The rabbit comes out of this hole.
What is interesting is ropes and knot tying is no longer taught in basic training. It is in Ranger School though. You actually test it in the mountain phase. As things change over time, there's certain requirements that leaders think that people need upon finishing basic training.
This is to be your lover, your mistress, your pocketbook, perhaps.
Simunitions is kind of what we call it. It's very, very useful in the training environment.
Now that you are here in your live round, you will get the fear out of you people.
Yeah, that's a trainer, a sergeant, a leader's worst nightmare, is to have somebody in training lose their life, shooting the rounds over their head. We actually do that, and we also do it at night, but the conditions are totally different because the guns are raised up a whole lot higher, as in what we call a safe surface zone. So even if you stood up or jumped up and down, it's almost 20 feet above the heads of the individual. And again, this tragedy right here, as unfortunate as it is, it does happen when those things are not adhered to. For a boot camp movie, it's probably about a 5.
Rusty Bayonet, they've got it. Thanks to these men and their reflections, every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost.
This is pretty neat because I actually served as the Command Sergeant Major for this unit, for the 2nd Battalion 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment out of the 101st Airborne. This right here is the Easy Company and their preparation for World War II. During that time period in our military, not many people were married, right? And everybody was always looking for a 2-day or 3-day pass. The stuff that they're being inspected on, like this parade level stuff, and they're out there in combat gear, I can see where he's going to trying to instill discipline. Just, I'm sure morale is not going to be too high much longer.
Do not help my man! Do not
We ran this mountain a couple of times, Curry Heat Mountain. Yeah, it's no joke. What I noticed here, though, you know, he's telling them to leave that guy, not leaving our fallen comrade. You know, that's part of the warrior ethos and never quitting. So when you tie that together in today's modern military, leaving somebody behind would be something that we wouldn't do. That would be a 10 for running up that hill. And for World War II, it'd probably be about an 8 in realism. You get them in the barber chair, spin them around, they had no hair. Like that's even part of like a military cadence sometimes when males anyway are getting their hair cut, where they cut it all the way down. Female recruits are not required. And believe it or not, it's a health and hygiene issue, right? Because you get people that come from all walks of life, and so you don't know necessarily if they have like headlights or any other type of issues underneath all the hair.
And she got about 100 shots.
You just get shots until you get all the way to the end and you're completely inoculated against every disease known to man, right?
Execute.
The difference that I can see so far in this scene is they have them all taking their clothes off like in an open room or an open bay. It wouldn't be done that way at what they call a military entrance processing station, or the Met. All military men go through there, and there's no drill sergeants there, right? It's just a staff of military personnel, administrators, doctors, counselors, because what they're doing is they're determining whether or not you're fit to train.
I just strip down our underwear and duck walk the circuit of the big room.
Oh yeah, duck walking. I remember the first time I did that, I was like, what in the world? They have you walk from one side of the room to the other, and the doctor is looking for your bone structure, your musculoskeletal development, your flat-footed, also just your mobility and agility. But yeah, you definitely wouldn't be in a room like that full of other people. It'd be hard to assess. I would have to say it's about a 4, right? Because that's not necessarily how that whole indoctrination process would happen with the drill sergeants.
If you survive recruit training, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death, praised for war.
So far, this is pretty good. The DI and the Marine Corps, they have to have a grip. Sit up straight and look at me. So while the difference in titles, the drill instructor was tied into the Marine Corps, drill sergeants became into play for the Army. And the interaction in the first part of boot camp is always going to be what we call total control. Everywhere you look, there's going to be some DI or drill sergeant ensuring that the training that has been given is being reinforced. And so when you see the Army walking around in the bay, he's doing exactly what a DI would do. He actually was a drill sergeant, as a matter of fact. He served several years during the Vietnam War as a DI.
You can understand that. I can't hear you.
You notice the DI is constantly yelling, and it's not because they like yelling at individuals, it's just that they don't have to repeat the same commands over and over. So if you have a recruit on one end of the bay, he or she is going to hear the instructions all the way on the other end of the bay.
Good night. I didn't know they stuck that high. You trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere?
Another thing that you often see in these movies and TV shows is the DI or the drill sergeant doing a lot of cursing and swearing. Cursing and swearing is not something that is acceptable, but it does happen. For that Vietnam era, that's pretty realistic. Now you have people who are deciding to, serve their country, and it's a different view. I was part of the committee that created the change, what we call shock and awe, commonly called a shark attack, as opposed to this fallacy, which was we have to break them down in order to build them up and focus more on the teamwork. And so that's what the 100 yards was designed to do. Day one, here's a challenge. Part of that indoctrination when the DI comes in is the wellness of the trainees or the recruits. And so they have to inspect the feet, inspect the hands, and make sure that there's no open sore.
What the f*** is that? What is that, Private Pilot? Sir, Jelly Donut, sir!
We've gone away from footlockers and modularized most of the equipment in the bay, so you wouldn't necessarily have a footlocker in the bay, and they definitely wouldn't be standing on the equipment like that. They have this term in the Army they call toe the line, and that's where they actually stand next to the line so that they can do that inspection.
From now on, whenever Private Pilot I will not punish him. I will punish all of you.
Yep, there we go. Especially in the beginning phases of boot camp, the DI and the drill sergeant is going to definitely dole out punishment as a mass punishment. Even though one person may mess up, this opportunity for somebody to have looked and held Pyle accountable for that donut was missed. And that's what the DI is reinforcing, will hold each other accountable. I would have to say it was probably about a 9 for that era. If we're talking in today's terms, it'd probably be about a 7 in realism.
We are going to win this war because we have the best men.
When they were standing in formation and the leader stopped and kind of looked at this guy, and he looked like a middle school kid. There was actually a guy named Flaherty. This guy was 4 feet 9 inches. And they called him the Giant Killer because of all the different exploits that he did during Vietnam. And he was smaller than Rogers was, right?
He's got that flag in 17 years!
This form appears before you.
By what right do you break Tatiana's phylactery and threaten to send her spirit into the outer void?
고생한 실컷 여기 다 있는데.
자, 이거 잘 맞는 거야.
꼴찌면 안
자,
하는
그럼 나는 5 남는 거야.
2군 한 명씩을 강제로 트레이드 상태로.
전수민 씨.
아니요.
하나 바꿀게요. 오케이. 하나. 오케이.
오늘 빨리 가야 돼. 텐션 올려, 텐션 올려. 배구 왜 이렇게 높아? 왜 이렇게 높아? 오 마이 갓, 왜 이렇게 높아? 와, 너무 높다. 도쿄 위요? 이게 된다고? 아니 이게 뭐야 저? 스파이크가 되겠어? 뭐야? 아 네트 너무 높아. 네트 너무 높은데? 저 어떻게 해? 공이 저건데요? 아니 언니 점프 뛸 수가 없네. 공이 저거예요. 넘기는 식이지. 공이
진볼이구나. 진볼로 해요?
자, 그러면 바로 가시죠.
네, 김연경 선수가 배구 경기 중에 식빵을 많이 굽는 걸로 많이 유명하죠. 그래서 오늘도 많이 구워달라는 의미에서 준비한 수상 식빵 굽기입니다. 대형 풀장에 떠있는 두 개의 툭 위에서 에드벌룬 공으로 배구 대결을 하시면 되는데 실제 배구 룰대로 손발, 머리 모두 사용 가능하며 공이 넘어오면 3번 이내 터치에 상대방 진영에 공 떨어뜨리면 1점 획득입니다.
네.
이때 물에 빠져서라도 살리시면 돼요.
네. 이렇게 알겠어요.
하지만 물에 들어가서 기다리는 건 안 됩니다.
아, 뭔지 알... 알겠습니다.
살려서.
그 일부러 뭘로 공격합니다.
그렇게 해서 11점을 먼저 낸 팀이 나오면 라운드 종료고 딱 두판합니다. 그래서 1라운드는 1군과 관장님이 뛰시고
오케이.
2라운드는 2군에다가 아무나 한 명 추가해주세요.
렛츠고 렛츠고. 아 영경이가 못 뛰는구나.
야 이거 무조건 이겨야 된다. 우리 질 수도 있어. 무조건 이겨야 돼.
왜냐면 우리 이분의 영역.
오케이.
중에
렛츠고 렛츠고.
야 우리 무조건 이겨야 돼.
자 1군 들어가주세요. 첫 번째 경기.
자 갑시다.
화이팅. 오, 뭐야 이거 생각보다 딱딱하다. 야야야. 이렇게.
무조건 물이 쪽으로.
우리 뒤에 못 빠지지 말고 물에도 뛰어들어야 돼. 못 빠지지 않지. 여기서 이겨야 돼. 1.5.
거기서 이겨야 돼. 그러니까 우리가 무조건 이겨야 돼. 우리가.
오케이.
던져요.
연습.
와, 싫어.
이소연이 선득점! 선득점! 연에서 하나가 되고 있는 대한민국입니다.
네, 우리 선수들 2세트 들어와서는 정말 수비 위치 완벽하고요.
연에서 킥오프! 9년 만에 올림픽 4강으로 갑니다. 마음껏 기뻐해 주시고 마음껏 축하를 해 주시고 마음껏 응원해 주십시오.
괜찮아 괜찮니?
됐어. 저런 거야. 저렇게 이겨야 돼.
네네. 어려워.
아니 이거 토스로 넣게.
하나 넘기면 아, 못해다.
야 난리야. 넘겨 아니에요?
왜 이래? 혜선아 왜 그래?
오빠도 역시 1등이야. 너무 살이지 않아. 넘겨만 주면 돼. 이게.
자 여러분 시작해요 이제.
자 가자 이제 가자.
해보자.
이제 시작이야.
근데 이거
집중해야
쉽지
돼.
않네.
내가 올릴게. 내가 올릴게. 네가 때려. 천천히. 언니 뒤에. 됐다.
천천히.
한손 가자.
이게 미끄럽네.
무조건 두 손.
언니, 잠깐만 안 돼.
손으로 해.
그래.
야 무조건 이겨야 된다. 무조건 이겨야 돼.
가자.
나이스.
이렇게
나이스.
위에서 없어야 돼. 그렇지.
한 명씩. 그렇지.
이글 부문 1위를 달리고 있는 대한민국을 대표하는 리베로 오지영 선수입니다.
나이스. 잘했어.
넘어갔어요.
2대0.
잘한다. 잘해. 좋아. 넘겨.
왜 이렇게 못해? 나이스.
괜찮아.
너잘 갔어.
넘기면 돼.
넘겨. 오케이.
할 수 있어.
몇 번을 내가. 미안해. 하게요.
좋아자.
높게. 너무 욕심 부리지 말고. 인간장. 여기. 에이. 오케이. 나이스.
짧아.
나이스. 안 넘어.
And so it comes to this. You shaking in your too large robes, a flimsy wand trembling in your grasp.
집중하자. 아니 야 위에서 해, 이거 위에서. 아 답답하네. 난 갑니다. 오케이. 제가 간다. 자, 들어가라. 좋아. 소독이야. 좋아. 예스. 소독이야. 좋아. 예스. 야. 내가 언제 내가 언제 야, 나 이런 거만 시켜. 아니 생각이 없는데? 아니 왜 나 이런 거만 시키냐고.
좋아.
파리차. 나 물만 이런 거만 시키냐고. 오늘 즐거우니까. 자기야.
와, 신미랑 안 났습니다.
미라 가자.
아이. 나도.
터치.
다시. 나서. 아니 손 안 닿았어? 안 닿았어요.
도대체 단 사람 한 명도 없어. 다 이래 자고지말쟁이야. 아니.
뛰다.
자, 확실히 이겨야 돼.
돌아와.
졌어.
짧게 준다. 좋아. 넘겨. 하나.
넘겨야 돼. 혜선아! 영식이! 영식이 이상해! 야, 영식이 타이밍 못 맞추네!
혜선아 뒤에 나와. 앞으로.
야 혜정아, 진짜 배구처럼 생각하면 안 돼. 기다리고 있어.
언니가 와서 한번 해봐.
나 이제 할 거야 곧.
화이팅!
오케이. 빨리.
좋다.
돌아봐. 언니.
자, 뛰면서.
오케이. 빨려. 언니 해줘.
아니 혜선아.
몇 번째야, 이게?
야 혜선이가.
영식이야.
혜선아. 너 지금 최고의 연봉 선수야.
최고의 뽕.
야 무조건 이겨야 돼.
이거 실게임 아니야.
여기 해야 돼 무조건.
잠깐 해보자. 끝까지 해보자.
네.
영식이 쪽으로. 자.
야 집중해. 한 방에.
2점 남았어.
잘한다. 언니.
좋다. 무조건 이겨야 돼.
하나만 하면 돼, 하나만.
파이팅! 하나다.
잘 잡아.
오케이. 점퍼.
오빠 뛰어서 가야 되냐?
이렇게 해서 유관장팀은 70만원, 여기는 40만원인데요. 마지막 배분은 관장님이 아무런 제한 없이 적어서 나눠주시면 됩니다. 알겠습니다.
It cannot be! I was so close to achieving everything I ever wanted! I asked for so little! Spiral, is this the fate you mean for me?
what's up guys, welcome back to another gear review, kind of. This isn't a more specific gear review, this is just for the Yevgeny, if that's how you say it. Athame, obviously as a life, I'm using the Spirit of Dark Maul's Thorn, but there are different ones. That's why I have my friend here pulled up, because they have the fire one, so I can compare stats so that I have a more full understanding. People usually use fire for the comparison, because fire is usually just like the best one to compare things with. So the way I did last time with the wand is I did compare it to other ones, and we'll do the same here, obviously to Athame's. And around this level there are some more options. I'm just going to see what the best one is, come to a verdict, all that jazz. So let's start off by going over the stats on the Spirit of Dark Maul Thorn. Now, this is a really good stat. The thing I was using before, only really like half the damage. This is a lot of damage. The sockets are perfect. Pierce, circle, circle, triangle. That's what you want. So what this one has is like it's the perfect sockets, because you can put whatever you want on here, pierce or crit, you know, and then you can do the power pip or accuracy one on there. The outgoing incoming pretty decent, but no one really cares about that. I think the power pip is pretty high for a Athame. You know, maybe not. I mean, yeah, it's already double this, so that's quite nice. But then the other option you always have is the Morgantha things, which are 99, which you get from defeating Morgantha at the Chrysalis. The life one gives 1% extra damage, so yeah, 20% outgoing, so quite a bit outgoing, less block, same power pip, less health and mana. So basically, this has got the good outgoing, but no one really cares for outgoing on one of these things, like it doesn't really matter, so pointless. Stat has the same sockets. The only main difference is you get 1% extra damage from the Morgantha thing. Now, again, if I'm going to compare the Edge of the Raging Daystar, which is again from Yevgeny. Anyway, the other one is the Edge of the Shadow Web, so the fire one. And pretty much it's the exact same. This one gets 21% outgoing, 17% damage, you know, just one bit less crit, less power pip on this one, and less mana and health. The only improvement is the 1% extra damage. So, in honesty, these are pretty much the exact same. I think the Edge of the Raging Daystar, for fire at least, might be a bit better just because of that extra power pip. I know fire, at the end, seems to, like, you don't need to really get, okay, with 100% power pip, there's, like, it's really tight compared to how much I'm clearing the 100% threshold. So that's just something of note. The next thing is the Blade of the Felled Titan, dropped by Cronus, the secret boss in Tartarus. This one I think people already know is not as good, just because it gives less outgoing than, you know, the Morgantha one. And less outgoing than, no, more outgoing than the Dark Maul one. It gives 15% damage, it's one less, and one bit more power pip. You know, honestly, it's pretty much very similar. I'm going to just quickly rule out and say Blade of the Felled Titan. Do not go for Blade of the Felled Titan. I just think Blade of the Felled Titan it requires almost too much work to have to get. It's, you know, you actually have to farm or using a secret boss, which not everyone wants to do. It's not an easy fight, whereas Morgantha isn't an easy fight, but it's a one boss by itself that you can get a whole team to, because people always want to do it. Yevgeny is just the first graveyard boss, and you're probably running graveyard anyway if you want Chain von Chain, Amulet, if you want, you know, Mana Stare Gear. There's a lot of reasons why you'll be running graveyard anyway, so you might just get it by doing that. So what do I think you should actually go for in terms of, should you, you know, get this? I'm going to say, it doesn't really matter. I think if you do Mana Stare, you do, you know, Dark Maul, and you get all the pieces of gear that you want, so say you get full Mana Stare Gear, maybe the wand, so obviously isn't the wand, you know, but you don't get the Athame. I think move on. By the time you're in Dark Maul, you won't have finished Chrysalis. I haven't finished Chrysalis on my life, so, you know, I can't actually go currently farm for Morgantha, and I never will farm Morgantha because I already have an Athame. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing where it's, if you get it, use it, but if you don't get it, then I don't think there's really a massive point in farming for it. Like, don't sit here farming for it, just move on and try to get the Morgantha one, because Morgantha one is technically speaking a better Athame, and probably an easier farm, or a farm that more people are willing to do, so I think that is probably just the option to go for. So, when you level up, you reach level 100, you go to do Dark Maul, you get to Graveyard, you do it, you defeat Yevgeny, you get you get his Athame. I think that's what you end your Athame on. There's no need to go for any other Athame. This is already probably one of the best Athames you could have. I don't know about an Athame really. I would just stick with this. If you don't get it, but you get like full Mana Stare Gear, then I would say go to Chrysalis until you can do Morgantha, and then do Morgantha. So I get the Athame then. Cronus is completely off the table.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I have the ultimate fire guide for y'all at level 170. Now, I wouldn't really recommend doing this. You could do it for the XP, for the fun, for the content, you know, learn the cheats. It's a good time, I'm not gonna lie. And it does drop some pretty good gear as well, not gonna lie to y'all. However, in my opinion, this stuff is just a little bit of a waste of time, you know? If you're already done the crafting quest, now the long-awaited one is gonna be level 100, Dark Maul. A lot of players' favorite dungeons, main, really cool area, in my opinion, as well. And really, for the most part, innovated a lot on the game's gear system. So Dark Maul is going to be the first time where you want to sit yourself down and be like, okay, I'm going to dedicate a week to farming the best gear in the game. Okay, this ever since Zeus, this is going to be the next biggest commitment for you as a player. Now, I will say, if you do not want to get a ring and a Athame, that is absolutely fine. You can get by at these levels and a couple more levels with the Tartarus gear, the Blade of the Felled Titan, and the Elephant and Mega Ring. That is just fine. You can get through just fine. However, the gear drops from like the hat, robe, shoes, and even the wand from here are really good. Even some of the decks as well were used for like 40 levels after this in PvP and stuff like that, and they're just really, really cool as well. So you're definitely going to want to sit down here, do the whole thing, right, and then farm Malastare at the end. I recommend getting the full Malastare set for whatever school you're on. You could also do the Battle Bones Exalted
Gauntlet duel thing. It's basically like Master gear, but from like an Exalted duel, which is like a different form of content, kind of. I don't know if those are in the count shop, are they? I forget how to get them, but yeah, that's also pretty good as well. Yeah, right here, Rattlebone's Exalted duel. This drops basically melee gear. That's a bit better, a bit worse, depends. The stats fluctuate a bit, not that much, but definitely get these full gear sets if you can. Definitely worth it, and honestly, really fun and immersive dungeon. And there is a chest as well, for a second chance chest to throw some crowns in. So definitely do that if you can afford it. And yeah, this gear will carry you probably until level 140, I'd say. So yes, you are using Darkmoor gear for 40 levels. That is correct. Everything else is basically Bazaar gear, or gear that's just literally the same as Darkmoor, if not objectively worse. Sometimes they really drop the ball from the gear from 100 to 140 for the most part, unfortunately. But that's alright, it's King style, right? So carrying all gear is pretty good, in my opinion. Now,
Outlander, you helped Ugor. Yes, he is strangely fond of that goblet. Some kind of troll warrior relic, I gather. Good of you.
I've heard the Umbra Legion telling stories what sound like he's taken to haunting Fort Rakius. Search the fort for Cosmos' spirit.
있는 거 드릴게요.
아 이거 뭐 어려운 숙제다. 걱정하지 마세요. 자 우리 뭐 팀원들 수고한 거 다 아니까. 네. 알겠어.
숨만 막혀도 돼.
알았어.
이분으로
걱정하지 마시고. 오케이.
그래서 지금 이거 사주 나가는 거지 우리. 야, 이분으로 나가볼게.
걱정하지 마시고. 오케이.
그래서 지금 이거 사주 나가는 거지 우리. 야, 한 2박 3일 같이 있었던 거 같아. 너무 친해졌어. 너무 편하구만.
자, 여러분 아예 오늘 상품과 벌칙 공개할게요.
네.
오늘 상품은 국보급 선수들의 몸보신을 위해 준비한 최고급 한우 세트입니다. 그냥 오늘 벌칙은 5분이 뽑히잖아요.
네.
5분이 뽑히잖아요. 관전 2분 중에 꼴찌 1명과 선수 중에 꼴찌 2분 그리고 그들이 지목한 2명까지. 그 중에 복불복으로 2명은 또 살아나요.
예.
그래서 3분은 탱크림 폭탄을 받습니다.
야, 오랜만이다. 야, 오랜만이다. 오랜만이다.
얼굴에서 케이크 냄새 나. 집에 가.
하루 종일 생일인 것 같아.
아 너무하네 진짜.
자, 관장님 결과부터 발표할게요.
네.
부관장님은
우리 관장님
남은 돈 78.
야, 돈
78.
야, 돈 개무한 소리. 78만 원이요? 아, 78만 원.
왜 이렇게 많이 남았지?
많이 나. 78만 원? 아, 78만 원.
김종국 관장님은 11만 원. 김종국 관장님 벌칙. 11만 원. 김종국 관장님 벌칙.
아니, 60만 원, 18만 원을. 이거 10만 원이요.
나 이렇게 많은지 몰랐는데 우리 돈이? 나 왜 이렇게 많이 남았어요?
아니 60만 원 차이가 나. 60만
내가 봤을 때
원.
1등 하셨는데?
70몇만 남잖아. 우리 다 가르쳐 있어. 1등도 가르쳐 있어 지금.
이제 안에서 2등 나오면 되는 거 아니야?
옆치기.
내가 진짜 너무
옆치기.
아깝네.
이게 진짜 치기야. 뒤통수치기.
자, 여러분 결과 나왔습니다.
자, 과연
꼴등 먼저.
박빙이에요?
A wizard.
박빙입니다.
1등은 우리 쪽에서 나왔으면 좋겠다.
제발.
1등 벌칙 면제와 상품 68만 3천 원의 염해선 선수. 염해선 선수. 자, 2등 57만 원의 김희진. 김희진.
2등 나왔다.
관장님 혼자 다 챙겨놓고.
자, 그리고 3, 4등이 2만 원짜리인데요.
야, 설마. 야, 근데 이거 못 먹고 배 아픈 거야.
3등은 영경이야.
3등까지 먹어야지. 3등 먹자.
나오자.
54만 원의 3등. 상품과 벌칙 면제를 받을 3등은 이소영. 이소영.
The Spellbinder returns. I thought you were finished mucking about Fort Rakius.
완전 욕심쟁이구만.
4등 52만 원의 김현경.
내가 너 영경아 너 20만 원.
또 4등이야? 또 4등이야?
공동 5등은 오지영, 안혜진 49만 원, 7등 박은진 31만 원, 8등 송지호, 9등 23만 10원의 지석진.
내가 나네. 형 나야.
나야.
나네.
이 사기꾼아.
내가 얘기했지. 10만 원씩 주면 안 된다고 했지.
아,
똑같이 줬다니까. 20씩 줬어. 내가 20씩 줬어. 맞아.
와 대박.
그걸 받아서 더 준다고 했잖아.
자, 여러분 지금 남은 사람은 전소민과 양세찬인데요. 만원 차이로 10등으로 생존하신 분.
누구예요? 소민이다.
전 얘한테 목매했습니다.
14만 6,989원의 전소민. 전소민. 전소민.
야 미안하다. 프로의 세계는 이렇게 험난한 거야.
자, 이제 3등을 제외하고 2등 제외하고 2명 증명할 수 있습니다.
우리서 회의에서?
네.
야, 아까 우리가 걸렸을 또 까불더니만 또 조용만 해.
다른 팀은 혹시 다른 팀도 다른 팀.
아, 근데 우리 팀, 나한테 2만 원씩 주기로 하지 않았었나?
우리 팀이?
근데 어제 갔잖아.
네.
내가 뭐 가고 싶어서 갔나? 아, 그냥 좋다고 가자. 지가 좋다고 이렇게 말투 봐. 아니, 괜찮아. 돈은 어차피 안 가요.
상관없어.
왜?
내가 우리 팀에서 비싼 분이다. 그래.
오케이, 먼저 한 분은 미리 뽑을게요.
그래,
이거는 둘이 먼저. 첫 번째 벌칙 걸으실 분. 하나, 둘, 셋. 오케이, 먼저 한 분은.
You win
이거는 둘이
again.
먼저.
Take
첫
the
번째
horns
벌칙
of
걸으실 분.
Asterion.
김현경! 김현경! 이유는 어차피 벌칙은 이만큼!
크로스! 갈다 우리 영경이.
여기 왜 이래 여기 팀? 나 간다 그랬지. 이거.
방수야, 근데 너는 진짜 벌칙이 터졌다.
나 미치겠네 진짜. 우리 팀인데.
상대팀이야?
그러니까 상대 팀에 저기 지영 씨가 계속 안 보이게. 가요.
지영 씨 좀 앞으로 가볼래? 없어. 지영 씨. 오지구 형. 오지구 형, 지리구 형.
들어왔어. 씨. 여기 앉아.
잔다고. 불러볼까? 그럼 나오나 안 나오나? 오케이.
하나, 둘, 셋. 오지구 형, 지리구 형, 오지구 형.
나밖에 없어 여기. 아니
I've seen those contemptible black shields buzzing about with maps of the fort. I need you to get
나옵시다
one
우리.
for me.
같이. 자, 우리 사람들. 이 5개 보지 마시고 그냥 지금 골라주세요.
여기 펼쳐. 아, 펼쳐.
네, 펼쳐.
뭘 펼쳐. 그냥 뽑으면 되지.
아니 뭘 뽑아야 돼? 뭘 뽑아야 돼? 그냥 뽑아.
자, 근데 안에 보시면 안 되네.
아니 못 뽑아야 돼. 못 뽑아야 돼.
자, 근데 안에 보시면 안 되네.
아니 못 뽑아야 돼. 못 뽑아야 돼.
그냥 하나씩 가져가시면 돼요.
뭐가 나와야 되지? 왜 그래?
네, 3번.
왜 그래?
아니 3번 할게요, 영경 씨. 자, 지금 미리 보지 마세요. 자,
아니 왜 그래?
자, 이 안에 벌칙 당첨이라고 사진 적혀있어요. 자, 지영 씨부터. 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋.
예능신이요! 예능신이요! 도와주세요!
이거 방송 있다. 할수 있어.
한 번만 더. 이혼이랑 진짜!
우리 팀이 해내.
자, 우리 팀이 해보는 동시에 할게요.
한 명만 벌칙 받아.
자, 보지 마세요.
2명이 산다. 2명. 야, 너네 둘이 사는 최악이야. 제일 재밌지.
자, 하나, 둘, 셋.
Take it!
야, 영경이 광수였어.
지혜네 진짜.
야, 바지. 우리 팀에서 내가 자, 우리 오늘 저희와 함께 진짜 우리 함께 해주신 선수단 여러분들.
네.
너무너무 재밌습니다. 박수 한번 주세요.
고맙습니다.
다들 시즌 끝나시면 한 번 더 그때 한번 그대로. 네. 이제 벌칙을 한번 받아봐야죠. 과장님
어떻게야?
김혁이 형 너무 째려온다.
이게 팍 이렇게 오나? 세 개 나와요, 세 개?
아, 세게 안 나.
무서워.
안 아파.
하나 나와, 크림.
자, 하나, 둘, 셋.
이게 제대로야. 이게 제대로야.
Can it be?
사진 찍을 사람. 사진 찍어. 영경 언니 귀엽다, 귀여워.
하나, 둘, 셋. 나이스.
아이고. 이렇게.
와, 좋다.
오늘 파티인가? 야, 이것도 남산 한강뷰로. 늘 와서 먹던 데죠?
저 지금 바지 안 입고 왔어요.
바지를 왜 꺾고 입었어요? 거꾸로 입다는 무슨 얘기하는 거야? 나은이가 기저귀 차고 이렇게 입는 게 똑같아요.
Yes, it's the spellbinder!
너무 앞에
튀어나왔어요.
뭐? 앞에 왜 이렇게 튀어나왔어? 아니, 내가 얘기했잖아. 나은이가 기저귀 입고 바지 입으면 저렇게 된다니까.
디자인이 그런 거야, 디자인이.
뻥을 왜 붙여놨어요?
내년 SS 이탈리아잖아, SS.
근데 벌써 앉으려고
네 배니까. 어? 네 배라.
내 배라. 내 배라.
야, 언제 적 거냐? 언제 적 거야?
아 근데 우리가 오늘 좀 얘기하기 전에 소민이 얘기 좀 해야 되는 게
그래? 뭐야?
소민이가 사실은 그
나와?
지난주에 그 드라마 촬영장에서 그 확진 되신 분이 나오셔가지고
아유.
지금 역학 조사 중이시라 지금 이제 뭐 저 자가격 가 될지 아니면은 그냥 이제
You want this old wooden thing? Sure, take it. Take it!
Please, can you rescue my ship's logs from Zagella the Wave Tamer? You'll find her in the navigator's tent.
Who let you in here? What have you got there? Do you dare steal from Zagella the Wave Tamer? Hold still! I've more questions. Leave with your prize. The texts are nothing but gibberish and scribbles anyhow.
Please, wizard, take the Nova Spar to the Alcazar of Radiant Judgment and return it to an exalted blade descendant.
The many crews speak to the spirit of Crescent Beach. See if you've done enough to quell the fire in Grimhilda's heart.
될지 그냥 괜찮을지. 그래서 지금 소민이 대기 중 한숨만 쉬고 집에서 대기.
Oh, a little bite at home before I go out and look for dinner. You give me indigestion.
An outlander come worse then. Worse then. I'd prefer a thief. At least
That wasn't very pleasant. Still, you should probably retrieve the lost shield and bring it to Grimhilda.
Outlander, you have Gunhilda's shield! Of course, now I'm stuck with her for eternity. You have done us all. Tell Captain Coleridge I'll leave him well enough alone. I have not forgotten his deeds. I will haunt his dreams no longer. Outlander, my sister and I are still beneath the cloud of...
False! It was not my action that brought the shame upon us. It was yours. I'm the older sister. I should have died first.
But I was the braver warrior. The honor of dying first was mine. You never let me go first in anything.
Blah! Apologies, Outlander. We mean...
And exact revenge. But as we are ghosts, we need you to do the actual fighting. Will you help rid us of our shame?
As the oldest sister, I will assist in this first skirmish. Watch and learn, Grimhilda. Come, wizard, to battle!
사실 여기도 나와는 있지만 사실 다 컨디션이 안 좋아요.
지금 저 빼놓고 다 컨디션이 안 좋아요.
다 참고 있는 거야.
야, 얘, 지금 세찬이도
포도주스.
지금
세찬이 좀
모더나 맞아가지고 지금 컨디션이 안 좋아요.
해롱해롱입니다. 해롱.
그렇게 너 약해 빠져가지고 이거 세찬이 안 주려고 그러는데 왜? 내가 아까부터 찐한 줄 알았는데 세찬이 너 있어. 말을 못 들어. 몰라. 아침에 그래. 그래 지금 너 앉아 임마.
아침에 그래.
일로 여기 앉아 세찬이. 너 아침에 앉아.
근데 진짜 예전에 뭐 하시는 일이 뭐예요?
네?
뭐 어떤 일 하세요?
저그 이탈리아에서 패션 저 수입하고 한국 거 그쪽에 또 수출하고.
그 보따리 장사구나. 그 짝퉁 파시다가 어리신 분 아니에요?
보따리를 보셨네. 보따리라니. 보따리를 보셨네. 아저씨들 밀수를 나오신 적 있잖아요. 밀수로 내가 본 것 같은데? 밀수가 아니라
이러고 나왔는데
그냥 훌륭한 납세자상으로 한번 나온 적 있습니다. 납세자? 예.
잔돈품 버시.
1년에 세금 얼마 내세요? 예? 1년에 세금 얼마 내시냐고요? 밝게 됩니까? 아니, 납세자가 뉴스에 나올 정도면 거기 나와요.
Now I shall join you in battle,
놓고입니다, 놓고. 네?
For glory!
아, 사업들 안 하시나? 예, 저기 사업 잘 돼요?
네, 잘 되고 있어.
저 죄송한데 지호도 오늘 컨디션이 안 좋으니까 말 시키지 마세요. 지호도 지금 약간 장염이에요.
아니, 장염이라고 말 안 시키고 뭐 화이자라고 말 안 시키고 그럼 누구랑 얘기합니까?
나랑 하시면 돼요. 저는 컨디션이
누가 얘랑 얘기해?
저는 컨디션이 날아갈 것 같아요. 저는 미치겠어요 지금.
누구랑 해?
너랑 하시면
진짜
돼요.
너 장염이야?
나는 형 알레르기 환절기 너무 심해가지고.
얘는 지금 좀 환절기로.
얘는 또 지금 난리나.
야, 코에 콧물 나?
난리나.
근데 하는 요즘 막 우리 런닝맨에서랑 막 거기 아프다 뭐 어쩌고 이렇게 하는데 저번에 논면만 하고 보니까 거기서 엄청 열심히 하더라고. 그러니까요.
얘가 그거
그치? 너 느꼈도 안 느꼈어?
얘가 그거 시작한 이후로
아니 뭐만
거기서 풀고 6일을 알아놓아요.
그치? 진짜 열심히 하더라고. 고기를 섭섭하게 들어요.
너무 그렇게 생각하지 마.
얘 근데 진짜
뭐예요?
되게 열심히 해요.
진짜 열심히 하죠, 그죠?
진짜 농담 아니고 되게 열심히
깜짝 놀랐어.
칭찬한다. 내가 하나씩 칭찬 안 하잖아. 얘 요즘 놀면 뭐하니 진짜 열심히 해.
뭐야? 똑같이 열심히 해.
아니야.
뭐 아프다고 막 빼달라고.
거기 고정하려고 얘 진짜 열심히 해.
그래서 오늘 여러분들 위해서 특별한 음식들을 준비했거든요.
아 진짜요? 근데 왜 이렇게 음식을 주지?
Aptly done, but
뭐야?
와우.
이거 에그배는
야 얘가 뭐야?
We shall both lend our support to the out.
I can, Grimhild.
We come to you through a storm of lightning to drive this place totally insane.
아 이거 그거구나. 야 이거 스플레네 스플레. 야 스플레 뭐예요? 스플레 몰라?
야 이거 먹으면 진짜
아 이거 스플레 같은데? 아 나 음식 주는 날 싫은데.
이래도 되나 모르겠다.
스플레. 야 이거
자 이런 거 한번 해야지. 자, 잠깐.
우리 모임의 회장이세요? 왜 자꾸 남대세요?
영화 좀 보셨어요?
아니 형 근데 그래 많이 보나 봐.
이거 두들기고 얘기하는 거 맞아. 몰라?
얘기 시간 많아.
자, 말 한마디 하겠습니다. 골든벨 아니에요. 계단에 골든벨 아니에요.
야 근데 진짜 맛있다.
맛있게 생겼다.
야외 먹으니까 더 맛있다.
아니 야외는 안 먹어도 맛있다 이거야.
뭐야? 돼지 껍데기냐?
뭐라고요? 뭐야? 뭐야?
아 근데 음식 왜 이렇게 많이 줘?
왜 이래? 정신 안 주나?
야 양고기 이쪽으로 좀.
아, 이거 진짜 뭐.
아 저 형은 자기 돈으로 양고기 안 먹으면서 뭐?
아, 이거 공짜로 이런 거 좋아한다. 아, 근데 왜 이렇게 많이 줘, 음식을?
아 양고기 아니고 이베리코예요 이베리코.
아 이거 양고기 아니야? 이베리코?
돼지가 또 건강에 좋아요.
아, 근데 왜 이렇게 많이 주는 거야?
단백질.
야 우리가 상 받았어? 아 누구 한 명 떠나?
요새 뭐 하나씨도 몸 안 좋고 이래서 맛있게 많이 드시라고. 나몸 안 좋을 때는 놀면 뭐하니 카메라를 들고
당황했어.
막 분장도 막 열심히 하고 막 어?
야, 너 거기 알잖아 그 특성 밥물 쪽 빨아 먹는 거. 야, 뭘 그냥 여기 얘 진짜 열심히 할 필요가 없어.
형이랑 나랑 차이 나는
아, 근데 차이가 있는 게 여기 고정이야. 고정이야. 어? 아니, 원래 고정이야. 여기 고정이지.
좋겠다.
양세찬은 이태리에서 뭘 해가면 돈을 벌어? 나 이태리 말도 못할 텐데.
이태 봉수 아니 봉수.
봉수는 저 사람들이 그러고.
야 이태리
이태리는 차워.
먼저는
차워. 안녕하세요, 차워.
저 근데 저 사람 이태리 가보셨어요? 아니,
꼭 가봐야 사오랍니다.
안 가봤어요?
여보세요, 직원들이 다 가 있고 나는 방금만 다
잠깐
데
아니 무슨 회사를 하셨나요?
수입한다니까요, 패션 수입.
뭘 패션
예? 정장을 좀 수입했습니다.
정자요?
예.
아저씨.
아 정말 무슨 얘기야? 어디서 보여?
아, 이 아저씨 말을 이상하게 하네. 어디서 보여요?
저 예상 못하게 달라서.
그러니까
너 꼬마야. 너는 뭐 하는 거니? 너 뭐 하는 거야? 나한테 그랬지? 그래 너한테 그랬다. 너 뭐 하는 거니?
야야 포크라도 좀 열심히 해라. 포크라도 좀 열심히 해라.
안 됐잖아. 받아야 하는 거 아니야.
꼬마가 뭐야?
아나 진짜 돌아버리겠네.
야한 번은
아니
야 웃겨줘라.
아니 뭐야?
잘한다. 다 뭐하니? 다 뭐하니?
아나 너무 불편하네 진짜.
다 뭐하니?
왜 거기 앉았어요?
화이팅! 화이팅!
계속 지켜볼 거야. 계속.
아, 저 그쪽은 무슨 사업해요?
제가 지금 만든 음식 드시고 계시잖아요.
아 요식업 하시는구나.
아 셰프예요?
네.
그 원래 사업할 때 남친이랑 같이 하는 거 아닌데. 남친이랑 같이 하는 거 아닌데.
야 멘트가.
야 아무것도 안 받으면서 남친 할수 받아낼 거 아니야.
야 이게 뭐냐?
목요일날 쏟아라!
오늘 월요일이다. 이틀 왔어. 3일
목요일날 쏟아라!
그게 아니고.
자, 목요일날 쏟아.
놀면 뭐하면서 저거 쓰지도 못하는 멘트인데.
목요일날 쏟아라. 목요일날 쏟아.
여기 수준을 모르는 거야.
좋다.
근데 정국이 어떻게 봤어요?
그거 봤어? 아 그게 아니고. 나 깜짝 놀라서 기사를 먼저 봤어 기사를.
안 되겠다. 저 하는 거 보러 한번 나가야겠어.
한번 나와서
야,
나가면 살만.
야, 숨통을 조이는구나, 네가.
날이 좋네요.
파이팅 해라.
네, 날이 너무 좋아요.
아
느끼하신가 봐요.
괜찮네. 아 식욕 폭발이네 아침부터.
맛있다. 이베리코. 배불리 드셨나요?
네.
아 괜찮네요.
네.
자, 뭐 드시면서 들으셔도 됩니다. 자, 오늘은 몸과 마음을 살찌우는 천고마비의 계절 가을을 맞아 여러분의 양식을 채워줄 품격 있는 양식 로드를 준비했는데요.
아, 뭐예요, 이게?
또 먹으러 가?
오늘 저희가 이렇게 차려드린 이유가 있겠죠. 오늘 하루 여러분은 품격과 예의를 갖춘 신사숙녀가 되어 하루 종일 양식 맛집 투어를 할 예정입니다.
야, 근데 저기
Well
양식 제가
thought
좋아하는데
out,
하도 보고
Lander. And use well, dear sister. At last, victory is ours!
And how sweet.
First is first. We need to craft a diving bell. Raid the docks for a bolt of goat weaver silk. You'll find it in a garden tent.
mere words.
But I'll be the first to try. Thank you, you.
Indeed! Thank you for all you've done for us.
Outlander, though I thoroughly despise, might I press upon you to release our souls from the bonds of this mortal? Our souls cannot travel to the warm halls of the spirit realm until we've already... Then, douse the funerary bundle in the sunseed oil and ignite it in the sea.
나 벌써 물려 지금.
근데 나 너무 느끼한데
자,
지금? 한 명이는 그러면
나 지금 마지막에 김치 먹고 싶었어.
자, 양식 로드 잡게 버터와 크림, 치즈향이 풀풀 풍기는 크리미하고 기름지고 눅진한 음식들을 준비했는데요. 자, 투어가 끝난 후 상품 배지가 많은 2인이 우승하고 상품을 받고요. 벌칙볼 뽑기를 통해 뽑힌 1인이 벌칙을 받게 됩니다. 자, 오늘 그럼 배지랑 벌칙볼은 어떻게 나눠지냐? 모든 양식집 방문할 때마다 시식할 멤버들에게 일정량의 그 양식 음식들이 준비되는데요. 그걸 다 먹지 못하면 벌칙볼이 추가돼요, 그 멤버들한테.
양식을 좋아해도 세 끼를 연달아 어떻게 먹을 사람아. 그리고 지금 이베리코를 3개를 내가 먹었어요. 거기다가 이제 파스타에다가 이베리코 3개야.
자, 하지만 여러분께 기회가 있습니다.
뭐예요?
시식 전에 미션으로 획득 가능한 상품 배지 개수와 획득 멤버가 결정이 되는데요. 그 멤버는 그 양식을 안 먹고 그 전에 요청한 얼큰하거나 이런 아무 음식을 저희가 준비해드립니다. 그분은 그냥 그것만 드시면 돼요.
얼큰한 거 먹고 싶어. 시원한 냉면. 나 지금 제일 먹고 싶은 게 김치찌개. 나 냉면 시원한 거 비슷하게.
그래서 미션을 통해서 그 1등이 이거 같이 먹을 사람들을 구제해줄 수 있습니다. 네. 자, 참고로 다음 방문할 가게는 크림과 치즈가 가득한 도넛샵입니다.
Take the sunseed oil, but if there's a giant sea bug wreck, you're to blame.
아무 음식 말씀해주세요. 얼큰한 거나 아니면 뭐 시원한 거나.
나 저 김치말이국수 됩니까?
이런 느낌.
난 김치말이국수가 있잖아.
그러면 김치.
You douse the bundle of weapons and gear with the sunseed oil, light it, and set it adrift. It floats upon the glittering waters and burns brightly against the dark sky.
Thank you, Outlander. Now we are both free to ascend to our rightful places in the spirit realm. Alone.
치마리국수로 준비를 할 거고요. 그럼 저희 이동하겠습니다.
예. 와. 근데 뭐 팀복 아니고요?
이거 오늘 사족이에요.
진짜로요?
앞에다 이거 좀 해 이렇게.
Do you have some goat weaver silk? Do you know how hard it is to refine it from the raw milkwebs? I give you nothing.
벨트 매야 되는구나 참.
형님,
벨트를 안
저-
매고 뭐 하는 거예요? 아직 출발 안 했잖아요.
그래도 매야 돼요, 형님.
정신 차려. 오늘 녹화하는데 오늘 저 인원도 한 명 없는데 어떻게 정신
야,
차려?
너도 말 좀 하고 임마.
형, 지호 외로우면 저 앞이라도 가요, 형.
야, 말을 해.
말하잖아, 지금 말하고 있잖아요.
야 지호 옆에 왜 비워네?
너무 비었다.
편하게 있으라고.
아 저기 지호 씨.
네.
좀 옆에 앉아 내가. 왜 불편하게? 뭐가 불편해? 편하게 앉아.
지호가 사색이 됐어.
지호 당황해서. 평생이에요. 지호 당황해서. 네, 친하네. 네. 친하면 나 아니 안 와요. 아 싫어.
일로 와요.
형 고생 맞춰줘요. 도피라 담요 없네. 형 담요 좀 가려줘. 여기 다리 너무 앙상하잖아요. 뭐가 앙상해? 늘씬한 것이. 아 이거 형 이거 뭐 저기 백팔공 드시는 거. 백팔공 드시는 거 아니에요? 진짜. 그래 매너다. 왜냐면 고기가 좀 약간
맞아, 스코틀랜드 아저씨. 그럼 재석 오빠 여기 오셨으니까 저는 이제 뒤로 갈게요.
아니 조씨 어디가?
잘 싸우냐, 다리가 돌고 돌아.
아야 네가 이거 가서 저렇게 하지 마. 알았어.
너블라이트 없어요.
그래 자리를 그냥 놔둬 봐.
갖고.
영재가 나는 거 어때? 그렇지.
The goat weaver silk is strong and smooth, and surprisingly light for such a large bundle.
창이도 4시까지밖에 안 돼. 창이 4시까지밖에. 창이 저기 라디오 생방에 되는. 미스터 라디오 미미미 미미미 미미미. 미스터 라디오 미미미 미미미. 대단하다 진짜.
다 알아 다. 홈쇼핑을 왜 보는 거야? 아니 홈쇼핑 깜짝 홈쇼핑을 안 어울리잖아 형이랑 그지? 쇼핑도 안 좋아하고.
얘가 나오잖아. 돌리면 나오면 보는 거지. 얘가 나와야지. 부대찌개 하는 건 아는데 그거 좋구나.
맞아.
부대찌개도 하고 돈가스도 하고 다 했어요.
아 좀 형 좀 챙겨봐요. 하 얼마 열심히 살게.
우리 돈가스 와이프가 거기 좋아해갖고 매달 지금 시켜 먹어요 매달. 진짜.
어디 돈가스인데요?
얘네 돈가스
무슨 돈가스예요? 땡땡땡 돈가스 무슨 돈가스?
신나나? 신나나?
되게 신난다. 스포츠다. 되게 재밌다.
이것은 뭐지?
와 여기 진짜 예쁘다. 야 색감 너무 좋다 여기. 뭐야? 아 도넛츠. 와우.
You are the I will weave a tapestry of your tragic tale, so that all will remember your doom.
좀 미친 것 같은데 벌써.
느글거려.
여기 맛있어. 여기 몇 번 사 먹었는데 맛있어.
그래. 음료랑 좀 같이 줘야지 먹을 수 있지.
저희가 상품 배지를 하나 드릴 건데 그 개수를 정할 단체 미션은 택배 왔습니다. 이게.
택배 왔습니다.
자, 택배 보시죠.
네.
크기별로 점수가 다른 박스 중에 하나를 골라 30초 안에 테이프를 못 찌르면 성공인데요.
이걸 왜 못해도?
칼로요?
아니요, 손으로. 30초 안에.
어려워.
아니 저거 뜯어. 아 뜯어.
박스 표면이 살짝 찢어지는 건 인정합니다. 하지만 박스 자체가 찢어진다거나 이런 거는 실패고요. 총점 18점 이상이면은 배지 6개.
18점이요?
15점이면 5개, 12점이면 4개 이렇게 3개.
5점, 5점, 4점 무조건 가야겠네.
아나 근데 나 저런 거 뜯는 거 보고 나 답답해하는데.
칼로 뜯어야 돼 깔끔하게.
나는 박스를 뜯어. 아 그냥
너무 답답해.
테이프가 얼마큼 있는데 봐봐.
쉽지 않아. 아니야 쉽지 않아.
자, 참고로 지금 포장 기준은 일반적인 택배 중에 좀 짜증나게끔 붙여서 왔다던가.
그러니까 이중이야 이중. 지금 이게 하나가 아니라 이중이에요.
석삼형.
나 잠깐.
나 보고. 앞에부터 뜯어야 돼요.
자, 좀 볼게요. 아 여기.
그러니까 그 사람 따라가야지.
자, 준비.
아직 보고. 오케이.
시작.
아 잠깐만. 이거 무조건 뜯어. 아 뜯어. 나 집에 있는 거 내가 다 뜯습니다. 예. 오케이.
시작.
아, 근데 이거 안 되겠다.
박스가 사면 안 된다.
아 이 정도 괜찮아 이 정도.
이게 뭐야? 그 장난 아니에요.
왜? 하는데 왜 그래?
잘한다.
이런 게임이 아니라고요.
이 정도 돼. 왜 이 정도 돼?
됐다. 3점 됐다.
아 이거 되잖아.
자, 됐지만 우리 박스 아직 뚫렸죠? 이 정도는 안 되지. 자, 그거 실패고 테이프로 남아있죠, 앞에.
아 이거까지 다 뜯어야 돼? 당연히 쓰면 되지.
아 줘봐. 나 이거 봐.
4점. 재석이 형 4점에.
야 3점에.
뭐가 쉬운 거야?
내가 딱 일단 3점만 봐봐. 박스 다루는 거 봐라.
잘한다. 입 맞는다 또 입 맞아.
야, 봐봐.
야, 토요일까지 이건 얼마나 열심히 해.
진짜. 자,
이게 프로야.
자,
준비.
이거 어려워.
자, 준비.
야, 시간 있어. 괜찮아. 천천히 그렇지. 열리게 그렇지.
그렇게 세게 할 필요가 없어요.
세게 해야 돼. 세게 해야 돼.
찢어진다.
뭘 세게 하냐? 짜증나게. 야 골랐어.
이게 있어.
글렀어. 야야.
됐다. 끝났다. 그게 평상시에 쇼핑도 좀 해봐야 이거 뜯어보지. 평상시에 쇼핑도 좀 해봐야지.
아니 그러니까 앞에 너무 까불었어.
에이 끝났어.
너 뭐 하는 거지?
끝났어.
와 이렇게 하면
야, 세찬, 우리 너무 열받아 근데.
자, 해찬 씨 5점이요.
보는 거죠.
여기가 뭐가 있나 한번 확인할게요.
야, 세봐.
이거 그냥 몇 초요?
30초요.
자, 30초요?
자, 그게 드시면.
아니, 모르는 거 확인해보는 거예요. 이 정도는.
자, 준비.
잠시만요.
잠시만요.
좋아, 좋아, 좋아. 그래. 이거 잘해, 잘해. 이거 잘해, 잘해. 그렇지, 이빨, 그렇지, 이빨, 이빨 넣어.
야, 이거 동물의
Let me vanish like a handful of sand thrown into the south.
Beautiful device. You can feel how it might channel your magic.
자, 성공.
Well done.
힘으로 한번 해봐, 힘으로.
야, 이거 힘으로 하면 되네.
이거 하면 되나? 내가 다음 차례
자, 일단 5점 획득했어요.
5점이죠.
자, 김정우 씨요.
형 열고 그다음에 손톱 뜯어야 돼. 다 달라. 이거 사이드가 먼저가 아니야.
뭐가 먼저네.
알려준 거예요. 형 여기 뜯으시면 그렇게 사이드 먼저야?
야, 너 저기 예전 영화에 그 부두까지 소매치기 하는
조심하세요. 안주머니들.
영화 타이타닉 같은 데 있잖아.
안주머니 조심해요. 형 힘으로 해. 이 형 옆에 있습니다. 옆에 있습니다. 저 형.
야, 힘으로 해야 돼.
좋아, 좋아, 좋아. 이빨.
좋다, 좋다.
너무 편하네.
좋아, 좋아.
너무 편하네. 편하네. 손으로. 그렇지. 야, 어떻게 딱 뜯는다. 야, 어떻게 된 거야? 야, 이거 어디 있어? 나와! 야, 이 자식아! 나오라. 주먹을 쳐. 자식아! 자식아! 박살내서. 야, 힘내!
됐다.
박스 뭐야? 쳐. 야, 이 자식아!
좋아.
자식아!
야, 역시 너는
됐다.
다 했는데. 다 했는데.
초반부터 쳤어야 돼.
자, 그렇게 부셔놓고서 뭐가 돼요?
이거 너무 나갔다. 이거 너무 나갔네.
너 얼마 만에 쳐본 거니?
잠깐만. 근데 이거 일요일에 남자. 뭐하니? 보자. 런닝맨에서 뭐하니? 일요일 남자.
Wizard! Or have you come to hear my mustering horn? Its call is irresistible.
됐다. 좋아. 됐다. 됐어.
좀만 더.
마지막.
그만 더. 마지막. 그렇게 반대줘. 닫혀서. 일요일 남자. 거기 말고 뛰어라.
야, 힘 아껴. 3mm 더 넣자.
힘 아껴. 잘했지? 야, 이렇게 잘하네.
자, 다음은 지효 괜찮니? 장현 괜찮니?
네네. 베일만.
너무 힘주지 마.
베일만 안 주면 돼.
준비.
야, 그게 얌전하게? 야, 그게 얌전하게? 야, 그게 얌전하게?
너무 심각한 거 아니야?
지효야, 진짜 너 무슨 뭐 남친이 택배 보내는 거 뜯듯이 소중하게 듣는 거야.
끝났어.
이거 진짜 엇박싱이잖아, 이거. 이거 진짜 엇박싱이야. 이게 게임이야. 이거 엇박싱이야. 들어가 들어있을까요?
사람들이 없어.
지우야, 너 이 게임에 뭔지 아니?
크리스마스 못 듣니?
엇박싱 아니라고. 됐다.
실패.
왜 지우한테 오케이? 이게 오케이가 아니잖아요. 왜 나한테 납득하고 왜? 귀여워 죽는다 진짜.
야, 너랑 같냐? 너는
다르지, 오케이, 인정.
자, 현재 9점인데 전송희 씨 목까지 일단 누가 해보실래요?
야, 그러면 저한테.
하지 마. 잠깐만 해요. 근데 지금 점수가 몇 점 안 돼서.
물지야, 내가 할게.
괜찮아, 입좀 써.
여러분 특별히 전소민 이광수 씨 목까지 드릴게요.
광수형까지?
광수먹을 준다고? 광수먹을 왜 줘? 야, 내가 지금 광수 보면 할 말이 많아. 왜? 내가 그 싱크홀 봤는데 그거 영화 보니까 걔 빠져나올 수 있었더라. 나올 수 있었는데.
맞아. 영만 되고.
이게 뭘 나갔니?
Please, in English. Sinkhole.
프로모션 설명해 주세요. 나도 안 돼.
이거 영어세요?
싱크홀을 영어로 홍보를 해달라고.
영어로?
In English, only English.
Hi. Sinkhole is very dangerous.
Oh. Why?
Well, because
그거 좀 아세요?
Scare. This house is not mine. Oh, really? Do you know 집들이? we love 집들이.
We love 집들이. We love.
Damn.
오.
Come with me to the Tree of Knowledge.
Okay, natural start to go over to the tree. Yeah, I think we are gonna stream naturally. I just read that last word. Naturally, we're going to stream regularly. Why is there so many people here? This is a lot of people in Arcanum. In Realm Orthrus. There's no way I'm gonna have this many people following me going through Bollywood. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. Where's my quest? Quest helper. No, the realm's already leaked. I leaked it on purpose. I don't really care. I mean, I think it's funny when there's like so many people.
Wizard,
Makes it more
you've
fun.
met Sybil, have you not? But have you wondered from whence her knowledge comes? From dreams, my friend. From not just the imaginings, but the hopes and ambitions of a million minds. Sybil is a...
Curse you, Light! If you take the mustering horn, I dearly hope the things...
It's a beautiful war horn of ancient craftsmanship.
And...
Keep your antennae twitching and your head on a swivel. I am sure we will meet again, Spellbinder.
You ready the mustering. You see a great shape slicing through the dark depths. You drop the diving bell in. You step up to the great beast. You can't think of what else to call it. It's hard to even wrap your head around the idea of the thing. Using the diving bell as a kind of psychic anchor, you project your will into the great beast. For a moment, the image of dark waves and tremendous hunger threatens to drown you. But you call upon your training, your sense of school, and the power of light. And soon enough, it's purring. Though its purr could probably shatter continents.
With sloping scales and dripping, the beast drove... You'll need to focus on the dying star stone to guide us safely to our destination.